Are you out there? Forgive me, priest, for I have sinned. In the ring of fire tonight, I would have loved you for 1,000 years. I would have died for you. I would have sacrificed it all, my dear. I would have bled for you. Till death do us part. You are unholy right from the start. It's a nice night for a black wedding. Nice night for a black wedding. Nice night for a black wedding.
What is up, guys? Dashing here for yet another episode of CMV, and live we are here at the biggest party of the summer. It is time for homecoming, and of course we jump straight into the action. As always, big way to get things started here tonight as Josh Omega makes his way to the ring, prepared to go one-on-one with Richard Delaney. And a matchup that Delaney has been waiting for since Absolution, where of course Josh Omega, guys, cost him the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship after Delaney incredibly beat Bison, became the new champion. Omega attacking him from behind with the championship, and then of course allowing Bloody Justice to cash in Money in the Bank, and the rest, as they say, is history. But tonight, Delaney vows to rip Omega in half, whereas Omega vows to pick up a huge win en route to the show of shows, Ascendance 11, and finally put this beef with he and Delaney behind him. Richard Delaney, the would-be Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, a man on a mission as he marches towards the ring here tonight. And of course, this is the event, guys, last year where Richard Delaney debuted in CMV as a surprise member of Team Chain Reaction for the Hardcore War. Delaney with the intent to rip Omega to shreds here tonight, and then start the journey to becoming Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion once again. With Ascendance 11 only getting closer, man. As the weeks go by, it is on the horizon, just a little over a month away now. Here tonight, I think, depending on the outcomes that we see, really going to shape Ascendance 11 itself. We've got so much to look forward to, and we're just getting started right here, right now. Josh Omega, Richard Delaney, and there ain't going to be any feeling out process here between these two. They're going to get right after it, as Omega able to toss Delaney into the corner. Going to send him off the ropes, and already looking for one of his patented forearms right to the side of the head. This match could be over already, man. A 1 count, not a minute into this matchup here. Big hook to the midsection. Now Omega gets tossed over the shoulders, and indeed, you say Delaney has been a consistent thorn in the side of Omega since he debuted here in CMV at the start of the new season. Of course, winning that Battle Royal to become #1 contender for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship in his debut, but his date with Bison of one-on-one at Deadly Games ended up getting made into a triple threat after Delaney cashed in his rite of passage championship. And Omega saying if that hadn't happened, he would have had Bison beat at Deadly Games. He'd be the Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, but Omega certainly got his payback indeed at Absolution when he cost Delaney the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Into the sand followed up by a pendulum elbow drop. It's a big night for the Psycho Imperium. Overall, we know later on, Hunter Quinn and Amber Ree gonna clash in a Miami street fight. Look at this, Delaney just taking Josh Omega around the block. Finishing with that straightjacket German suplex. Quickly grabs after the arm. Speaking of the Rite of Passage Championship, a new champion to be crowned later on as well. That fatal 5-way ladder match. So much to look forward to here tonight, including our big main event. Ashley Rain, Ellen Quinn for the Women's World Championship. Can Rain make history, become a 4-time Women's World Champion as Omega tosses Delaney back into the ring. Up to a count of 6 here. Delaney, though, going to catch Omega trying to take him for a walk. No such luck, though, for the Juggernaut. Up onto the shoulders of Omega. Discus ya puncher. Laying Delaney out. And Delaney still repping the company there. Despite the fact that Shea Hoxton hasn't been seen since Absolution. Delaney really on his own these last few weeks for the first time since he arrived here in CMV last year. Dragon screw. Delaney not done. Waiting for this moment since Absolution. 110 Street Slam. Quickly into the pin. 1, 2, but no such luck. I don't think Delaney's done, though. Omega not out of the woods yet. Big elbow drop. Not just one, it would appear. 3 of them, as a matter of fact. Something's got to give for Omega, and he knows it, too. Delaney. Oh, nice counter of the back suplex attempt. And a basement drop kick. Omega is still in the fight here. This forearm busting Delaney open. Drops right into the pin. 1, but grabs the bottom rope. Does Richard Delaney. Good call there by our referee. Omega's not happy about it. This match will continue. Top of the show. Stomp to the shoulder. Josh Omega's got Delaney hurt. Tries for a right hook. Delaney responds. Northern Lights suplex. And now Delaney no longer going to play around. Takes a step back. Interceptor. Lined up his shot but took too long. And Omega makes him pay for it. Ripcord lariat turning Delaney inside out. Push back though. Delaney keeps the head above the water. Trying to retake control of the driver's seat as he grabs Omega's arm, slams it off the canvas very slowly, gonna pick him up. Dropping him with that fisherman's driver, which doesn't seem to affect Omega all that much. Right back into the fight with a punch to the gut, to the ropes he goes. Beautiful disaster kick. Delaney struggles to get to his feet. Discus forearm smash now off the ropes. Delaney is struggling. Omega throwing absolutely everything at him here. Nothing will keep him down, though. Back into the corner, all of Delaney's weight. Sandwiching Omega there in the corner. Delaney now picking up Omega, walking across the ring like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing, tossing him out of the corner. Vintage! Standing shooting star press headbutt. Twice, it's so nice. And after that midsection, good Lord, lighting Omega up at the 4th of July. Now a big boot for the jaw. Omega has seen enough. Looking for the TKO. Into the pin as fast as he can. Uno, dos, but the tres. The tres eludes Josh Omega, but hang on! He's not done! Josh Omega looking for it again! Hooks the leg! 1, 2, 3, and Josh Omega dispatches of the Juggernaut here tonight at Homecoming. Evidently, 1 TKO was not enough. 2 of them back to back. putting Jalady down. A big win for Omega here at Homecoming. A great start for the Psycho Imperium here at Homecoming. Will it get better as Hunter Quinn, of course, meets Amber Reed in that Miami street fight a little later on? Personality of Astrid Stern, very happy-go-lucky, but the mood might change once that bell actually rings.
Except it didn't. Until now, I am always happy to be here. I like to think you can see it when I make my coming down of the ramp. I am always happy. That is one thing that I have learned since I got here, is that most people are pretending to be happy. But I am always happy. Well, apart from now, but you will see why that is by the end of this. I came here living out my dream, losing but still living out my dream, and that is enough for me. I had thought I had made some nice friends along the way. Zara Reed and Ashley Riot. They seemed so nice at first, they welcomed me in, but not for my best interests. They attacked me. I had never felt such pain emotionally, and soon enough, we were on opposite sides of the ring. The two of them versus me. You'll never break my spirit. I was doing amazing. On track for my first win, you could say, and I deserved it. But it was never going to be. Because it was never just one-on-one. Zara Reed would get in front of my face, shouting in her dumb American tongue, "I am sorry, but I am so angry!" Not just once, but more than once. I don't mind losing, but this is just not fair. The wrongs must be righted. Is that a word? Join with us or break my legs was the threat I was issued, but it won't break my spirit. The following week I came out to win, not for match of the night, but to win. And that is exactly what I did. They still try their little games though, but this time I was prepared. They were not going to stop me from getting that win that I deserve. Not again. She tried everything, but I was prepared for it all, while she was not. And I won. You stinky loser. How does that feel, honestly? Because for me, it felt great to finally be on the tracks. But now I find myself facing your dumb sidekick. A hardcore championship? I have never touched a weapon in my life, but if anybody deserves it, it's you.
The gun is gone, and so am I, and here I go.
And coming up next, my friends, it is indeed time for the Women's Hardcore Championship to be decided. Astrid Stern, as we just heard from her, about as fired up as can be, ready as can be for the challenge that awaits her here tonight at Homecoming. Since she first arrived here in CMV, Zara Reed and Ashley Riot casting a bit of a shadow over her. You heard from Stern herself the offer that was made by Reed and Riot saying, hey, we like the look of you. We like your spirit. We like your gumption. Join up with us. We can watch each other's backs, or if you decide not to, we might have to break your legs. Astrid Stern, being naive, being so young, being so new to the game, decided to look past that. Said, you know, they're just trying to be nice. They're just trying to look out for the newcomer. But, well, very quickly she learned that that's not the case when she decided to turn down the offer. And, all right, and Reed made good on their promise. They didn't exactly break Stern's legs, but they did give her a beating she will never forget. But Astrid Stern got back up. And now she has been taking the fight, although outnumbered to Riot and Reed this past month, defeating Riot one-on-one, defeating Reed one-on-one a few weeks ago. And has earned herself this championship opportunity here tonight. Although she said she has never picked up a weapon in her life, she's ready to do so against Zara Reed. If there's anyone that deserves it, it's the Women's Hardcore Champion. But is Stern truly prepared fully for what awaits her here tonight? Because we know full well what Zara Reed is capable of. The current Women's Hardcore Champion, two-time Women's Tag Team Champion, former Women's World Champion. But of course, the playing field has finally been even. And I'd say that's a big advantage for Astrid Stern here, with Ashley Riot out of action for who knows how long, thanks to Shell Wrong. Zara Reed, no support in her corner here. No hope for aid from her tag team partner. But as this is for the Women's Hardcore Championship, we know that means no countouts, no disqualifications, anything goes. You leave Miami by pinning or submitting your opponent in that ring, and you leave with that Women's Hardcore Championship. That's what it's all about, the Women's Hardcore Championship. Astrid Stern came into CMV young, naive, happy-go-lucky, and even saying, despite all that I've gone through the last couple of months, I've still got a smile on my face. Despite all the losses, I'm happy to be here, to be pursuing my dream. Zara Reed's looking to smack that smile off her face here tonight. Question is, can Stern adapt to a matchup like this? He's never been a part of an Extreme Rules match, saying herself, I've never even picked up a weapon. Well, she's going to have to if she wants to leave tonight with the Women's Hardcore Championship. So let's go. Murphy going to ring that bell, and we get it on. Immediately, Reed comes flying out of the corner with a bicycle knee. Not the start Stern was looking for. Goes after the leg now. Does the Women's Hardcore Champion. Of course, guys, still to come here tonight. That coming up next, the Intercontinental Championship on the line, and a fatal four-way elimination match. Fidel De La Rosa, his reign in serious jeopardy as he defends against John Lipnick, the Earl, and Leon Gata. A whole lot more to look forward to here tonight, including our massive main event. The Women's World Championship is up for grabs. Ashley Rain challenges Ellie Quinn. Look at Stern countering that choke attempt, saying, get that shit out of here, although it's completely illegal, no disqualifications. The tale of Astrid Stern that we have learned since her arrival a couple months ago is that there is no quit in this young lady. She has gotten back up despite the losses. Loss after loss after loss. She got back up. She got back in that ring, and eventually, like she said herself, I got that when I went out there, and I wasn't going to lose. That wasn't going to be an option. Now look at this. Stern grabbing a weapon. She's got the kendo stick, looking like she's ready. Reed is laughing at her, not gonna laugh anymore. Right over the head, and again. Astrid Stern has shown up for a fight here at Homecoming. Knee to the gut, kick across the chest, back elbow, knee to the jaw. Has the kendo stick in hand again, maybe a bit too bloodthirsty. Astrid gonna break that kendo stick over Reed's head. Takes it out of her hands. Oh, and now Stern tasting the kendo stick. Right over the top of her head. Headbutt. Not once, not twice, but thrice from the challenger as Reed forced to retreat here. Falling down into the sand here, of course, in beautiful Miami, Florida. Reverse STO. Reed may have gotten some sand in the eyes right there. Worried about these knees to the chest, though, at the moment. No countouts, but this is not false count anywhere. Has to be by pin or submission in the ring to win this match. Unlike later on tonight when we see Hunter Quinn and Amber Reed clash in a Miami street fight. By the way, Hunter Quinn with a tweet here saying, 1 down, 1 more to go. Of course, Josh Omega picking up the win against Richard Jelani. We just saw Stern's got the kendo stick in hand again, waiting for Reed to get back into the ring. Took a little bit too long, though, and now going to pay for it. Up against the rope, Stern able to fight back. Some more brutal-looking knees to the midsection. That'll suck the air right up out of you. Stern cannot keep her hands off this kendo stick. Now targeting the knee of Zara Reed, but gets out of the way. It's the champion punch to the back of the head. There's a knee to the midsection that'll have you gasping for air. Reed's got the kendo stick. Stern able to outmaneuver her, though. And now a suicide dive! The quickness of Astrid Stern saving her right there. Very wily. Another DDT. That kendo stick getting a whole lot of love. Reed says enough already. Right to the ribs of Stern, then to the back of the head, breaks it over Stern's head. Pieces of kendo stick everywhere. But Stern still standing. Hook to the jaw, gonna spin the champion around. German suplex. Lining up her shot. Certainly honing in on the head and neck, it would appear, of Zara Reed. Ripcord forearm smash, definitely. Oh, we've seen this before from Stern. Gonna focus in on that left leg of Reed as well. She was targeted with the kendo stick earlier. Revolution knee. Stern came into this matchup with a game plan, and she is working it to perfection. Can she keep it up, though? Back into the ring again. She's got to pin Zara Reed in the ring to leave Miami with the Women's Hardcore Championship. Going after that leg. Zara, though, at last able to keep her back. Get off my leg! And there's the crossface! The crippler crossface! The crippler crossface out of nowhere! But Stern able to escape. Knows Reed too well at this point. Off the ropes, goes low. Pele kick! Ding dong, hello, into the pin. We might have a new champion right here. No. Reed slowly getting to her feet. Stern keeps her down with a basement drop kick. To the outside she goes. The kendo stick broke. She needs something else. Brings out a baseball bat. The fans want tables, but Stern with the bat to the back. How about to the ribs and over the back again? Oh, into the head. Jesus Christ. Brutality by Zara Reed to retain, but only a 1 count. Back on the attack as she drags Stern closer to the center of the ring. Zara Reed. Kick to the gut. We know what she's looking for. The Riot Act to retain the Women's Hardcore Championship. 1, 2, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Astrid Stern survives, but barely. And Reed not looking to give her any time. Straight back to work. Trying to pick apart the rookie. Mocking her with that baseball bat in hand. Oh, to the backside. And the lower back as well getting lit up. Stern is in a world of trouble here. Something has to change. She's got to turn things around. Reed with that baseball bat over the head. Escapes the corner. Knocks it out of her hands. Elbow to the jaw, though. Full steam ahead. Knee to the face. She really wants that baseball bat. Again to the backside of Astrid Stern, giving her a thwacking she will never forget. Stern off the ropes. Moonsault, laying out the champion. Quickly she escapes to the outside. Stern over the top. Plancha into the sand right here in front of the announce table. Great counter by Stern. Inverted atomic drop. Tadpole splash. What a matchup here for the Women's Hardcore Championship. Only our second bout of the evening. Look at this. Crushing Astrid Stern with these splashes. And now going to tie her up in a modified crossface. This won't do much good for Stern here at ringside, though. And it's not false count anywhere. And certainly doing some damage, trying to wear down Zada. Able to escape, though. Looks like Reed trying to keep her distance. Stern trying to choke her out. After the ribs. Good God. Zada Reed laying it on thick, but Stern back to her feet, just hurls herself at Reed like a torpedo. Back into the ring she goes, looking for that baseball bat. Looking to hit a home run. Oh, but the bat gets taken from her. Pretty much just delivering it into the hands of Reed. And again, she goes to work to the back of the head. Ducks it. Stern able to duck it. And just jumping on Reed, doing all she can to take her down. Scratching and clawing, literally. Fighting into the timekeeper's area now. These two just beating the absolute hell out of each other, all for the Women's Hardcore Championship. Back into the ring, Reed is thrown. Stern seems to be taking her time, though. No clean ring entry from behind. Reed gonna catch her. And a fatal mistake by Astrid Stern. Riot Act numero dos. Takes her time, going for the pin, knows it's over. 1, 2. What? What? An unbelievable kick out. Zada Reed going for another Riot Act. Stern says, I don't think so. Revolution knee. Picks herself up in the corner. Stern. Clothesline. But we've seen this before. One's not enough. 2 of them into the pin. 1, 2. Oh my Lord. 2.999, but she's not done. She's not done. Looking for the 450. Oh no! Comes up short. Reed able to get out of the way just in time, and now Zada pulling out a ladder under that ring for the Rite of Passage Championship ladder match later tonight. Ow! Stunner! Stunner! 1, 2! So close, Astrid Stern. Catching Zada Reed off guard there. Wait a minute! She's gonna do it again! Another stunner! 1, 2, 3! And a new Women's Hardcore Champion! Astrid Stern has done it against the odds here at Homecoming. Able to adapt and overcome. And we have a new Women's Hardcore Champion. What a match. What a moment for the young Astrid Stern here at Homecoming. Well, my friends, we just had a new champion crowned in Astrid Stern. Congratulations to her. Will we have another new champion crowned in our next matchup here at Homecoming, as it's the Intercontinental Championship that's up for grabs here in this Fatal 4-Way elimination match. First of the challengers, John Lipnick, last month declaring war on essentially all of CMV, and it appears as though his first target is Fidel de la Rosa and that Intercontinental Championship. Remember, a few weeks ago, during one of Fidel's matches, Lipnick came down to ringside, tried to steal the championship, walk away with it. Fidel stopped him, but Lipnick then following up on that by knocking off the champion in a non-title bout, earning his way into this matchup here tonight. The former undisputed world heavyweight champion, of course, one of the most dominant individuals in CMV history, a man with only a few losses on his resume. Looking to add a new championship to his collection here tonight at Homecoming. And a massive opportunity for a man far from home here tonight. The Earl, looking to capture his first taste of championship gold here in CMV. But the bigger question on most people's mind is, will the Earl and Leon Gata be able to focus on the task at hand, leaving here tonight with the Intercontinental Championship, or will they let their bitter rivalry get the better of them, be too focused on one another? Well, the Earl contends that that will not be so, knocking off Leon Gata earlier this week on Shockwave in that street fight, that Puerto Rican street fight, beating Gata at his own game. The Earl says he is fully focused on leaving Miami with the Intercontinental Championship. Leon Gata be damned. The Earl only has one loss period here in CMV, and that loss came at the hands of Leon Gata in that #1 contenders match last month, a fatal 5-way elimination match. And Leon Gata certainly has the support of the CMV universe here in Miami, not too far from home. Puerto Rico's pretty close to Florida, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Close enough. But Leon Gata looking to be in good enough shape, considering the fact he took an L at the hands of the Earl not a week ago in that Puerto Rican street fight. But he's not worrying about the past here, worried about the future, and what a way to bounce back. The chance to become Intercontinental Champion here tonight. And then there is the defending champion, Fidel de la Rosa, who at least you can say isn't entirely with the deck stacked against him here tonight, because this could have been just a straight up fatal 4-way match in which De La Rosa wouldn't have to be involved in the decision at all to lose his championship, but this is elimination. That means last man standing in that ring leaves with the championship. So De La Rosa gonna have to be pinned or submitted in order to lose his championship here tonight. And of course, he knows all about that. At the end of last season, fortunately, he won the Intercontinental Championship in a triple threat. And he is in that ring with 3 tough-as-nails challengers. If he's leaving here tonight still champion, it ain't going to be easy. Four very different individuals from very different backgrounds colliding here tonight for that Intercontinental Championship. No countouts, no disqualifications. You could be eliminated by pinfall or submission in the ring. Who is leaving Miami with the gold, baby? It's time to find out. Lipnick, Earl, Gata, De La Rosa. Let's get it on. Immediately Lipnick gonna go right after Gata, who goes off the ropes. Springboard dropkick. All these guys have individual history with one another. Of course, one of the Earl's first big victories here in CMV was knocking off Fidel in a non-title matchup. Lipnick here choking out Gata, utilizing the top rope, then goes after the Earl. Enzu lariat, just every man for himself here at the start. It's going to stay that way until we get a couple of eliminations. Comes down to the final 2. Of course, with Ascendance 11 on the horizon, guys, just a little over a month away. The winner of this knows full well that they will more than likely be walking into Ascendance 11 as champion. That's big. That's important. Yeah, also seeming a bit upset as Lipnick able to escape the clutches of Gata there. Forearm to the jaw. Lipnick gonna put him down in his backside, but Earl with a kick to the midsection. And again, we have to find out if the Earl and Leon Gata can put aside their bad blood and focus on the task at hand, and that's becoming Intercontinental Champion, or will their beef get in the way of that? Lipnick gonna roll to the outside early on, needing to catch his breath, but look at this, mocking his opponents. De La Rosa from behind with Ascendance 11. So close, my friends. That means we only have one final pit stop. And that's coming up in just a couple of weeks. Purgatory, the very last stop on the road to Ascendance 11. One last roadblock before the show of shows in clear view. Now it's the Earl who takes a quick break. A quick breather. Oh, sunset the powerbomb. We might have our first elimination right here. Guaranteed a new champion, but no, only a 2 count. Into the pin, the Earl trying to take out maybe the biggest threat in this match, in the form of Lipnick. Then here's De La Rosa with a rolling unprettier into the pin. Will the Earl be the first to go? Oh, Gata! Gata again busted open. Lipnick coming out of nowhere with that baseball bat we saw used in the last match. But Gata, look at that, shrugging it off. Thrown down into the sand. And that cravat suplex and Lipnick blowing in a kiss. Sit out face buster by De La Rosa as Gata tosses Lipnick back into the ring. Strutting his stuff, despite blood dripping down his face. Not allowing that to deter him, goes right after the Earl in the ring. Old World Blues out of nowhere. 1, 2. That's what knocked out Gata earlier this week on Shockwave, but it does not do the trick here tonight. Gata somehow stays in the fight as De La Rosa has brought a table into play. Gana with the golden shower. How good would this feel? For Gana, but only a 2 count as now he goes after the champion. The golden spike. Golden spike. Is the champion going to be the first to go? 1, 2, no. How many close calls already in this match? Lipnick! Drill claw! Into the pin. 1, 2. Gana kicks out. De La Rosa taking down the Earl. He's got the modified crossface locked in. The Earl in serious trouble, and he knows it, able to escape. Gana showing off his athleticism in the corner. Earl trying to creep up on him. Got him with the eyes in the back of his head, though. Big old elbow goes nowhere for John Lipnick. Now the Earl bringing out a ladder. Standing shooting star press in the ring. Looks like Gana is bleeding from his eye. From his right eye. That could be a very serious injury. I wish we could get a better look at that. Now what is Fidel? Oh! Luger landing! Kept at bay though. Is Lipnick by the Earl. Falling drop kick by Fidel at ringside as Earl goes up to the top rope. The brick and a fly. Elbow drop across the chest. 1, 2. Lipnick kicks out. Gana's got the baseball bat in hand. The champion not going to allow him to use it though. As Lipnick back in the ring. Single knee backbreaker. Quickly goes to the outside. Earl in hot pursuit. Just our third matchup of the evening here at Homecoming as Earl gets dropped head first into the sand. We still have so much to come. We've got the Rite of Passage Championship ladder match. We've got Josh whooping the Bloody Brit inside Hell in a Cell. Everybody at ringside now again. You can only win this matchup by eliminating someone via pin or submission in the ring. Stunner by Lipnick. So De La Rosa there at ringside. Now just gonna watch him for a moment as the Earl grabs Gana by the nose. Big slap across the face. There's no respect to be had here between these two. Smacking the hell out of him. De La Rosa's got a sledgehammer right to the gut of Lipnick. Back to his feet though. Choke takes him down. Now Lipnick's got him right where he wants him. Vintage Lipnick here. The crucifix powerbomb. De La Rosa wise to escape though. The Earl gonna walk right into a Uranagi onto the ladder. Good Lord. Oh God. And Lipnick's not done. Now the sledgehammer right to the gut. Earl gonna hang in there. Old World Blues. Whatever he has left, put into the forearm smash, but it does not keep Lipnick down. He ain't finished though. We've seen this countless times from the Earl. Kiss the fist. Seal the deal. Where is the Earl going though? He should go for the pin. Lipnick's out cold. Someone go pin Lipnick. What a saving grace for John Lipnick. I wager that would have been an elimination right there. But instead, he's looking to eliminate Leon. Luger landing. But he's going to make sure the job is done. We know what comes next. The sweet embrace. The sweet embrace. Locked in. And Leon Gana put to sleep. The Golden Lion eliminated. Leon Gana, the first to hit the showers, put to bed with the sweet embrace. And now Fidel De La Rosa back into the ring. This match ain't over. The champion will walk right into that Uranagi high angle. Dropping De La Rosa on his head, grabs the sledgehammer, tries to use it, not quick enough. Old World Blues misses. He missed. And De La Rosa gonna make him pay. There it is! Into the pin. 1, 2. De La Rosa, look at that. Lipnick kissing Leon got a goodbye. Insult to injury there by Lipnick. Into the corner, Lipnick is placed. Sledgehammer now in hand. Oh, right to the dick and balls. Now to the chest on top of the ladder. Frantically, Lipnick tries to get out of this situation. Earl. Powerbomb. Out of the ring. Down into the sand, but from behind. De La Rosa with a steel chair right over the head of the Earl. And again, blocks it. This time, though, this the Earl. Lipnick still standing. Letting the fans know it as Earl gets dropped to the ladder. Crossface locked in. He doesn't have it properly locked in, though. He's got like a crossface locked in on the Earl's shoulder. Not able to fully, properly lock it in. And that's going to allow the Earl to survive. Lipnick again goes for that elbow. Unable to land it. Oh, walks right into the swinging reverse. STO Earl still kicks out. How? How? Say what you will about the Earl. That is a tough son of a bitch. Fidel battles back to his feet. One for John Lipnick as well. 1, 2. He kicks out. And the Earl taking a bow at ringside. You may have survived, son, but this match isn't over. From behind, takes him down. Kiss the fist. Say goodnight. Go for the pin, you fool. Earl's not done, though, with the sledgehammer. Lipnick back in, immediately caught with that sledgehammer to the ribs. Lipnick laughing as Fidel goes for the rolling unprettier. He knows it's over. 1, 2. But somehow the Earl kicks out. De La Rosa not even given a chance to get back to his feet there. The Earl lying in wait. Jawbreaker tries for a cheeky jab. Just becoming a brawl in the middle of the ring between these two. Biding his time, in no rush to get back into the ring here, trying to let his challengers take each other out. Once again, the Earl caught, and this time it's fully locked in. But the Earl escapes. Lipnick's got the baseball bat once again, right to the middle of De La Rosa's back. The Earl going for the chair. Right over the head of Lipnick, and a falling dropkick. But then De La Rosa caught. The tombstone. Tombstone. Crossing the arms. 1, 2. What is going on, man? What is going on? Oh no! Sweet embrace! Sweet embrace! Sweet embrace! And the Earl has been put to sleep. We are down to the final 2. John Lipnick and the champion, Fidel De La Rosa. Just has to get through one more man, but that man is John Lipnick. Hardly a man at all. And with the steel chair in hand, trying to dissect De La Rosa! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Crossface! Crossface locked in! Can he do it? Can he make John Lipnick tap? He's so close! So close! Fights out of it, does Johnny Boy. To their feet, Uranagi trying to put De La Rosa through the goddamn canvas, and he's not done. Luger landing. We're gonna have a new champion. 1, 2, 3, and his name is John Lipnick. What a match. What a war we just witnessed between these four superstars. But here in Miami, Florida, John Lipnick relishing in his championship celebration, eliminating Leon Gata, the Earl and the champion here. Nobody can say this is a fluke. John Lipnick once again with championship gold in his possession. And that championship may have just found its permanent home. Somebody call up Kwame Bullitt, man. The action continues up next here at Homecoming, lads and gents, as a very interesting situation has been put together here by our general manager, Madison Wright. This handicap matchup made official earlier this week on Shockwave. Bison on his own against Blake Virtue and the undisputed world heavyweight champion, Bloody Justice here. If Bison wins, he will be guaranteed another shot at the undisputed world heavyweight championship. But if Virtue and Justice can work together here tonight and get the win, then Virtue will be guaranteed that shot at BJ's championship. Now obviously, Bloody Justice wants absolutely nothing to do with Bison, as we saw at the top of the month when we were supposed to see Bloody Justice and Bison one-on-one, but instead, a little bit of collusion between the Arsenal of Justice and Resurgence saw Blake Virtue replace Bloody Justice in that match. Virtue telling BJ, I did you a favor, I scratched your back, now you gotta scratch mine. We saw, though, earlier this week on Shockwave, Virtue and Bloody Justice unable to work together in that triple threat match. Along with Sito Amasaki, they attempted to team up on him, but again and again, it seemed like Virtue was all in it for himself. Able to win that match, and afterwards we saw the two arguing. So this very fragile alliance to begin with, going to be tested here tonight. Bloody Justice cashing in his Money in the Bank contract back at Absolution to finally become undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. And now he's doing everything he can to keep it. And he knows that stepping into that ring with Bison could make for a very short-lived reign. But can this backroom deal made between the Arsenal of Justice and Resurgence pay off here at Homecoming? Of course, Bison less than thrilled he has to jump through these hoops, but you know, technically Bison is not the former undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. Richard Delaney beat Bison at Absolution, and then Bloody Justice cashed in at Richard Delaney, so technically Bison is not owed a rematch for that undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Madison Wright forcing him to earn it here at Homecoming. With Ascendance 11 just around the corner, the fate of the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship may very well be decided here in this match. But guys, what a show we still have to come. We are going to crown a new Rite of Passage champion coming up next. We have got Josh Wolf in the Bloody Brit inside Hell in a Cell. And of course, in our main event, Ashley Rain looks to make even further history by becoming the very first ever 4-time Women's World Champion, challenging Ellie Quinn. And what a show it has already been. We've crowned 2 new champions, and Ashton Sturt and John Lipnick. Very well be a clean sweep. We'll find out as the show continues. The voice of Resurgence. Blake Virtue has brought together maybe the greatest group of veterans, living legends, Hall of Famers that we have seen in CMV history. Himself, Dave Turner, Andrew Briggs, and Cameron Cray. And of course, we'll see Briggs and Cray challenging for the Unified World Tag Team Championship a little bit later on tonight. This could be a very good night for Resurgence. But can Blake Virtue and Bloody Justice get on the same page here? They both want the same thing, to kick Bison out of the championship picture. And Virtue wants that shot at the championship he has yet to hold. Multi-time global champion, but never has he held that undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. So here we go. This is a handicap match. That means Bloody Justice and Blake Virtue, of course, they can tag in and out as much as they want. Bison is on his own here, and if he wants that rematch for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, he's going to have to overcome the odds. Finally getting his hands here on Bloody Justice and Blake Virtue, dragging him into the ring, making him kiss the canvas. Maybe this isn't so much of a handicap match. We did see the numbers game earlier this week on Shockwave get the better of Bison as she's going after him again. It was Andrew Briggs, Cameron Cray, and Amara Rivers knocking off Bob Luger and Bison. Virtue can't catch a break here, though. Look at this. Bloody Justice with some power showcase there. Virtue's return to CMV, guys. Bison has only been defeated twice. Has only been pinned twice. Returning to CMV after a 5-year hiatus, winning the Royal Rumble match, going out one of the biggest rampages we have seen in CMV history until Absolution. And of course, Richard Delaney got the better of him. Beat him for that championship, and then thanks to Joshua Omega, we all know what happened. Into the pin. Could it be that easy? No such luck for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion here. Bison Breaker! Bison Breaker! The Mans did not come to play around here. 1, 2! Nearly. Finishing off Bloody Justice. Still not done! The Eviscerator into the pin. This time, Virtue, hello, taking his time breaking up the pin there. I thought he was going to let it happen for a second. But then remembering, oh yeah, I got to win this match in order to get that shot at the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Bloody Justice desperately needs to make a pin right now. Oh my God, Virtue says enough! Enough already, man. And there's the tag. Virtue saying, you want a piece of me? Well, come and get some then, motherfucker. Knees to the midsection, spinning soul kick. And a Meteora. Virtue coming in all hot and bothered. Picks the leg. Then Bison up. Oh, God. Trying to shatter his kneecaps. Look at this sort of inverted figure four Virtue's got applied here. Those tree trunk legs of Bison. He's able to get out of it. Limping, though. First Blake Virtue, multi-time global champion. In Ascendance 10, he was a part of that Fatal 4-Way match for the Global Championship. Ascendance 9, he was a part of the Fatal 5-Way match for the Global Championship. Virtue told me I would love to finally have a one-on-one match at the shows for a World Championship. That's what Virtue desires above all else. The chance to prove himself on the showcase of the Immortals. Bison taking a cheap shot at ringside. Here comes Virtue to intervene. Bison battling back both men all on his own. And now Virtue going to strike a pose here as Bison tries to go after Bloody Justice on the apron. Again, going to pick the leg. This time, Bison able to keep him back, though. And those horns into play. Blake Virtue looking for a tag. Going the wrong way there, buddy. Wrong corner. Pinfall attempt out of that wheelbarrow neckbreaker. Only a 1 count for the Barbarian. Oh, looking for the Eviscerator. This time to Blake Virtue. Can Bison earn himself another shot? That's CMV's crown jewel. No, sir. The numbers game once again coming into play there. As Justice able to break up the pin. Seems like Virtue and Bloody Justice continuing to not be able to get on the same page, to communicate, to use their numbers advantage efficiently. Bison Breaker again, broken up before even the count of 1. Look how Bison just goes right back to work. The Eviscerator A second time! Looks like Bison can keep this up all night. Bloody Justice breaks it up. Getting more and more frustrated. Is that what Virtue and Bloody Justice want, perhaps? To get the Barbarian angry. Justice offering the tag, squashed in the corner. Here's Bison, not too sure. Oh my God! Hold up into a flapjack and a kip up! This man is indestructible. Virtue saying, get me the hell out of here. Tag the Bloody Justice. He's going to try to deflect Bison's attempt to use his horns. Knee drop evaded. The Barbarian to his feet. Taking the champion up. Samoan Spike. Good God, man. Just tossing Bloody Justice around like a rag doll here. Vintage Bison. My Lord, who art thou in heaven? Have you ever seen a handicap match dominated by the superstar that's handicapped? Again, just gonna toss Justice overhead like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Bloody Justice just virtually unresponsive, busted open now. This is about as one-sided gets, man. Virtue watching from the apron. Can't believe what he's seeing here. Spit. Oh! What a reversal! Caught Bison's cave-in attempt. Turned it into a fucking sit-out powerbomb. Only gets a 1 count, though. Now a single knee backbreaker. Bloody Justice somehow not dead, but makes the tag to Blake Virtue. I don't know if he wants to get into that ring right now. And immediately gets caught with a Bison breaker. Virtue to his feet, no idea what's coming his way. A third eviscerator. Virtue would have been beaten multiple times by now, if not for Bloody Justice making these saves. Now Bison gonna make sure Justice can't do that again. Tosses him to the outside like he's nothing. This gives Virtue a precious couple of seconds to try and fight back. And fight back he does! Double knees to the back of the head! Scrambles into the pin, can he do it? 1, 2, no. Close but no cigar for the best bout machine. Not interested in getting match of the night here at Homecoming though. Only interested in securing himself that shot for the undisputed heavyweight championship. Bison busted open. Gets to his feet. Virtue, big knee. Doesn't affect Bison, man. Gets right back up, and Virtue says, here, I'll help you then. Go to hell. And never has it been meant more. 1, 2. It doesn't keep the Barbarian down. Rolls to the outside. Virtue on top of him, though, like a monkey on a cupcake. Runs right into that kick to the midsection. Forearm smash from Virtue. Gonna miss that stop, though, as he gets dropped head first into the sand. To his feet, punch to the midsection. Cheeky jab thrown out. Samoan Spike now for Virtue. Thumb to the throat. Bison looking at his thumb like it's some weapon of mass destruction. At a count of 6, fight gets taken back into the ring. Virtue able to pick himself up, dodges that cheeky jab attempt. Immediately caught with a kick, though, to the gut. Virtue going to send him off the ropes. Oh! Pop-up knee to the midsection. And Virtue shoulder slumped. Chest as red as a Christmas tree. Bloody Justice, though! Looking for that vintage tombstone pile driver. Can he do 1, 2. So close. So close. Virtue and BJ have finally found their groove here. And they're not letting up, trying to drag Bison into the corner. Escapes from elbows to the gut, though. The Barbarian's not done. But Psycho knee! The Psycho knee! 1, 2. Virtue, no help there. Luckily, Justice kicks out on his own. But of course, the Eviscerator following it up. Virtue better help this time. And he does, just at the count of 1. And Bison would have had this match won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times by now. But it's that numbers game. We know Bison's not going to stop fighting. He's never going to stop fighting. It's Virtue and Bloody Justice who have to find a way to keep the Barbarian down here. Easier said than done, obviously. They've tried everything up to this point. Their heaviest hitters, unable to do the job. The greatest weapons in their arsenal. Jesus Christ! Bloody Justice chopping the fuck out of Bison. Gets to his feet. Twist of fate! That's what Bloody Justice needs truly here. A twist of fate. Tag to Blake Virtue, trying to keep each other fresh. Virtue going right after the former undisputed heavyweight champion. No time to waste. He puts him up against the ropes. Snapmare setting him up. Walks right over his neck. Drop kick to the face. Now Virtue always got him grounded. Will try to pick him apart. Stomps between the shoulder blades. We've seen this countless times. Knee drop. The best bout machine feeling himself right now, but is it enough? Hits the midsection, tries for a big old clothesline, but misses. Good news for Virtue, trips him up with that modified Russian leg sweep. And another knee drop. Oh, stop talking shit. Get back on the attack. And that's what he's gonna do! Go! 2! Go! A second time it's gotta be! 1, 2! I don't know why I'm shocked. It's Bison. I don't know why I'm shocked. Oh my God! Just responds by getting rid of Blake Virtue, yeeting him out of the ring. Then goes after Bloody Justice. That might have been Bison's mistake right there. Allows Virtue to get back into the ring. Another pop-up knee to the gut. Bison struggling, looking for refuge in the corner. Not going to be able to find it. As instead he gets walked over to the corner. A tag made to Bloody Justice. Finally, these two working together in tandem. Focusing on that midsection. Bison is placed. Tries for a clothesline. What a reversal by the Barbarian. Head kick throws him out of the corner. Now a pop-up cutter. Oh. Clothesline to the kneeling Bloody Justice. Didn't get all of it, but enough to keep Bison in control as he grabs Bloody Justice by the head, trying to crack open that coconut. Wants to suck out the juices. Bison wants to feast here tonight. Now Bison is even still standing there, just a towel. Justice effect out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. They did it. They actually did it. The Madmen. They actually did it. Blake Virtue and Bloody Justice toppling the Barbarian here tonight at Homecoming. And that means that Bison will not be receiving another shot at the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. Blake Virtue, the new #1 contender, celebrating their win here. And very quickly they're going to realize The relationship's over. The alliance has come to an end. Well, guys, we are officially halfway through the show here, and I already barely have a voice left. But we still have so much to come, including our next matchup, as we are going to crown a new Rite of Passage champion. Fatal 5-way ladder match. And kicking things off with a man who knows all about that Rite of Passage championship and what it can do for a superstar's career. Jay Young, becoming Rite of Passage champion last season, cashed it in, beating the Ted to win the Global Championship. Lost that title towards the start of the new season, though, at Deadly Games. Chris Diamond, the Deadly Games winner, beating him to win the championship. We see him later on tonight defending the Global Championship against George King. But Jay Young says he's done it once, he can do it again. Telling his protege, Ben Stacy, you stay in the back tonight, you watch, you see what a superstar looks like. All that tension between he and his protege going to have to be put on the shelf here. This match going to require Jay Young's full focus, something that he knows very well, though. Jay Young, of course, earning his medallion, defeating Joseph Santos. That wasn't enough, though. We saw he and Ben Stacy were then intent on taking Santos out with a steel chair. If not for Ace Reeves, Santos may have been put on the shelf by the British Sword. Whereas this man, Morgan, we saw absolutely dissect, decimate, destroy Jason Spade to earn his medallion. Maybe the start of this new season so far hasn't been exactly going stellar for Morgan. Being on the losing end of that bitter rivalry with Joseph Santos, but seems like he's turned a corner with what he did to Jason Spade. And now looking to leave here tonight with the Rite of Passage Championship. Just about a year ago, that Morgan, he's going to walk through that ladder, isn't he? Yep. That ladder's holographic. It's not real. It's just there for display. It was a year ago, though, that Morgan debuted here in CMV, hunting down Adam Valentine, that ladder as well. And, of course, ending Valentine's career at Ascendance 10, going on to become one of the most dominant, destructive superstars in CMV history. And Morgan add to his path of destruction here tonight. And of course, as this is a ladder match, typically that might suit someone the size of Jay Young, someone who's got that agility, that athleticism, can quickly get up that ladder. Morgan going to be severely tested in this scenario, as will be C2 Afasaki. And of course, the darkest of horses, 20 months. What a legend, Hatsu Beauty. The darkest of horses, though, C2 Afasaki, just debuting here in CMV a few weeks ago. In his debut, beat Isaiah Reyes to earn his medallion and enter this matchup. And even held his own with Blake Virtue and Bloody Justice in that triple threat match earlier this week on Shockwave. Two of the best here in CMV. He took the distance. And now in only his third match, he has the opportunity to become Rite of Passage champion. Not a whole lot is known about C2 Afasaki, brought into CMV by the legendary Jay Davis. Where he found C2, I'm not exactly sure, but the CMV roster being put on notice with what Afasaki did to Reyes a couple of weeks ago, and what he's looking to do here tonight. And you want to talk about bad seasons so far, Jeremy Barmore, since this new season began, has really just not been able to find his footing. On the losing end more often than not, he and his cousin Sean Kinney unable to get the better of Kill Your Heroes, and of course unable to win Rage in a Cage a few weeks ago, but he did manage to earn himself that medallion, defeating Amare Rivers. Could this be the turning point for Jeremy Barmore? Can he get back on track, back to being one of the most dominant forces here in CMV? And last but most certainly not least, the man who I believe has the advantage here in this matchup. You might say, Jay Young's got the advantage. He's a former Rite of Passage champion. That's true. But Ace Reeves has been a part of countless ladder matches here in CMV. He's a former Magnificent 8 winner. He's the Gravity Manipulator. He's the man who saved Joseph Santos' career. And at the same night earned his medallion. Ace Reeves finding himself, his true self, once again, and coming into this new season revitalized. And he says he wants nothing more than to have a world championship around his waist once again. Well, here's his opportunity. Because, of course, we know what that Rite of Passage championship is all about. The holder of that title can cash it in any time for a shot at either world championship here in CMV. But the longer you take to cash it in, the more you must defend it as the weeks go on. That's the catch. So while you want to wait for your perfect opportunity like Jay Young did, it might be taken from you if you wait too long. So that bell rings, and here we go. The championship hanging above the ring. No pinfalls, obviously, no submissions, countouts, disqualifications. The only way to win is to climb a ladder and pull that championship down. Leave Miami with it. And C2 Apasaki will be the first to go and grab a ladder, sliding it back into the ring. First, going to take apart the steel steps. Okay. Interesting strategy. Still to come here at Homecoming, guys. Up next, we got the Miami street fight as Hunter, Quinn, and Amber Eva to finally bring an end to their bitter rivalry over the last couple of months. And of course, we're also going to see Click reunited. Xander Slate returns to action. They'll be defending the Unified World Tag Team Championship against Resurgence. We've got George King challenging Chris Diamond for the Global Championship. We've got Wolf and Britt inside Hell in a Cell. And we have got our Whopper main event, Ashley Rain versus Ellie Quinn for the Women's World Championship. Now here's a one-on-one match I would pay to see. Morgan and Jeremy Barmore, two big, beefy boys, beating the hell out of each other right now in that ring. As Jay Young are going to make Ace Reeves pay for getting in his business, stopping the British Sword from potentially shaving years off of Santos' career. German suplex, though, and drop Ace in the back of his head. No bread, no water, just meat as Morgan sets up the ladder. Big man going to make it to the top. Puts Hale for the championship. It's Morgan leaving Miami. That's right, the passage champion. No, here comes Ace Reeves. These two, of course. Oh my God, both getting knocked down. They had a matchup a few weeks ago, which Ace Reeves won. Well, after the match, Morgan kicking him below the belt where the sun don't shine. I'm sure Ace Reeves has not forgotten that. The ladder getting set up again. Morgan straight back up to the top. This time, nobody there to immediately stop him. Morgan has his hands on that Rite of Passage championship. Those are tough to take down, though, believe me. Oh, Ace! Getting dropped back first on the ladder, courtesy of Jeremy Barmore. Championship still dangling above the ring. Waiting for one of these superstars to pull it down. Another ladder. Oh, wait a minute. What is Morgan doing? Come on now. Look at the size of that ladder. Oh! Can't complete his ladder bridge. Ace Reeves running interference. Oh, lifted reverse DDT down into the sand. Jay Young going to set up that ladder in the corner. Oh! Revenge there for Ace. Throwing Barmore down back first out of the ladder. And springboard crossbody. TV Nightmare. Former Rite of Passage champion. Can he do it again? Be the very first ever two-time Rite of Passage champion. C2 Apasaki using his brutish power to just mow down Jay Young there. Ace Reeves back into the ring. Barmore hot on his tail. God, Apasaki, man, every single move he hits just has oomph behind it. Barmore to belly! How about that for oomph? Now has the ladder, drop kicks the ladder right into Barmore's chest as Jay Young. Morgan with a swinging side slam. C2 Apasaki taking his time getting back into the ring here. Once again, a big boy bash in the middle of the ring. The hard head of Saki laying out Morgan there, but not for long. Pulled back into the ring and lands tailbone first on the ladder. And well, I'd say every superstar that competes here tonight probably going to have to be cleaning out their gear. A trip to the chiropractor for Jay Young. Morgan back on top of the ladder again, has hands on the championship. But for a moment, Jay Young and Ace Reeves working together to stop him. Shitu Almasaki's got the stairs. Barmore's got the chair. Well, I guess we know stairs beat chair. Jay Young trying to climb up the ladder, stopped by Ace Reeves. Barmore, what looks like a butterfly suplex. Now Morgan's got the steel steps. To the top! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Ace Reeves seeing that the ring is clear. Oh, but Barmore knocking the ladder over. Oh, God! Powerbomb onto the ladder. And now Almasaki setting up that ladder bridge. How many ladders are under that ring? Ace Reeves setting up the ladder on the ring again. He doesn't give a shit, man. He's going for it. Back on top of the ladder. Jay Young coming to stop him. Can he be quick enough, though? Is he strong enough? Does he have the time? Oh, my God, so nearly. I think the next person to grab that championship, guys, is going to be leaving here with that rite of passage championship, and it might be Jay Young. It might be Jay Young. It might be Jay Young. He's got the championship. Oh, my God. He just needed another second, maybe two. Oh, Morgan thrown out onto the ladder bridge. And Jay Young pulled down into a powerbomb. Vintage Ace Reeves spinning heel kick to the top he goes to make sure Young. Morgan! What the fuck? Inverted Frankensteiner from Morgan. Never expected to see that. Everyone back into the ring now. Morgan looking for vindication. Or vexation, I should say. Where's Boyce Vindy, though? We want Boyce Vindy. Ace Reeves taking out Morgan with a knee to the head. Not enough to keep him down, though. Where's Ace going? Coming to say hello to me. How do you do, man? Gonna grab that steel chair. Oh, and now Jay Young nearly landing on the ladder bridge there. Very lucky. John Morgan right now, man. Yeah, grab the ladder. Morgan's got a perfect opening here. Guys, wait a minute. Morgan can do it. Everyone else is distracted. They're not going to have the time. Morgan's got the championship. Morgan. Oh, my God. He's so close. He's so close. And Morgan. Morgan is the new Rite of Passage champion. Ace Reeves so close to being able to stop him there, but just not fast enough. And Morgan now in possession of the Rite of Passage championship. And whomever is global champion by the end of the night, whomever is undisputed world heavyweight champion, well, we know it's going to be Bloody Justice still. Good luck. Well, if tonight hasn't already been crazy and hardcore enough for you, then this match coming up next, I'm sure, will do the trick. It is a Miami street fight, as Hunter Quinn and Amber Reed look to finally bring an end to their months-long bitter rivalry, which was taken to a whole nother level earlier this week, guys. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There could be no justification made. Hunter Quinn crossed a line when he went to Amber Reed's parents' home. How he got their address, I don't think I even personally want to know. But went to Amber's parents' house and brutally attacked Amber's father while her mother screamed, watched in horror. And all this because Amber Reed dared to stop Hunter Quinn from putting hands on our general manager, Madison Wright. That's how this all started. Hunter Quinn for weeks was trying to track down the general manager, trying to corner her, and when he finally did, Amber Reed stepped in and said, "I don't think so. You're not putting your hands on her." And this just sent Hunter Quinn over the top. He has well and truly lost his mind. And this is a matchup perfectly suited for someone like Hunter Quinn, a Miami street fight where anything goes. No countouts, no disqualifications, falls count anywhere. Hunter Quinn out to make Amber Reed regret ever even thinking about getting in his way. But Amber Reed saying, "I wasn't going to sit back and allow you to put your hands on a defenseless woman, our general manager, our boss. If you thought I was just going to sit back and allow you to do that, you're dead wrong." Amber Reed, the history maker, seen as many in that locker room, men and women alike, as a locker room leader. She couldn't allow Hunter Quinn to think he could just go around doing something like that. Amber Reed felt it was her duty to step up. And now it has brought her to this point, here at Homecoming. Can Amber Reed finally put down Hunter Quinn? If Amber wasn't already fired up to begin with, if she wasn't already willing to wage war here tonight, what Hunter Quinn did to her father earlier this week certainly has Amber Reed, I believe, ready to do or die here in this Miami street fight. Forget about being pushed over the edge. This goes beyond that. So here we go. There are no rules. It is anything goes. Win by pin or submission anywhere. These two ain't gonna be trapped in the ring, out in the sand, in the crowd, out onto the Miami streets. Nothing gonna stop these two here tonight. Hunter Quinn taking the early advantage, though. Is able to throw Amber out of the corner. I can see Hunter Quinn, by the way, repping that Trevor Hannibal shirt. I'm sure he probably wasn't happy to see his friend lose the NGW Championship last weekend at Checkpoint Miami, but that's the last thing on his mind right now. Amber Reed certainly catching him off guard there. Suicide dive with a big knee to the side of the head. Now here comes a knee. Non-stop is Amber Reed. That million miles a minute offense we've come to expect from the history maker. Amber Reed stomped to the back of the head. Not once, not twice, 3 times. If I'm Amber Reed, man, I'm ready to kill Hunter Quinn here tonight. Can you imagine being able to do nothing as you hear about your father being brutally attacked in his own home. I mean, Hunter Quinn just took it too far. It doesn't even seem like enough. Crossed endless lines when he decided to break into the home of Amber Reed's parents. Think of Amber's poor mother having to watch that. Amber letting it all out here, though. Oh my God, what is she doing? Setting up Hunter Quinn, knee trembler. Gonna knock him off the barricade. And now busted open. Hunter Quinn maybe wasn't prepared for this. Oh, Superman forearm smash. Hunter Quinn needing a little bit of help here. Goes for the steel steps. Amber Reed, though, from behind. Inverted Frankensteiner into the sand. And goes for the pin. Remember, it's falls count anywhere in a street fight, but only able to get herself a 1 count there. Kick to the midsection. Hunter Quinn with a fisherman suplex. He's got a big old gash on the left side of his head. Put up against the barricade. Amber Reed just thinking of ways she wants to torture Hunter Quinn here. This time a big boot to the side of the head as he's teetering on the barricade. And Amber's going to go for those steel steps. He was picking apart before. Decides to drop them off to the side. Hunter Quinn wildly throws out a forearm snatch. Or I should say, Pele kick. Tries for a knee to the back of the head, but Hunter Quinn able to see that coming. The referee keeping her distance, but has to stay close by. Amber Reed with the air raid siren neck breaker. That's probably no good. Sand in the wound. Just rub some dirt on it. Hunter Quinn's had worse. Like this right here. Amber Reed waiting patiently for him to wake up. She wants him to see this coming. She wants him to know. He did this to himself. He drove them to this point. Steel steps to the face. Jesus Christ, man. Amber Reed is just beating the holy hell out of Hunter Quinn. This is a one-sided match. That's what happens, though, when you cross that line. Maybe Amber Reed still would have been this competitive. Oh no! Crossface! Crossface! Jesus Christ! Hunter Quinn bleeding from both sides of his face at this point. As Amber just tries to choke him out. Gets out of it, does the Hellhound. He's got to get desperate here. How does he turn things around? He doesn't know what to do. He's like, what have I done? This. Not out of the fight, though. Trio backbreakers. These bloodthirsty fans loving to see it. Oh! Catches him with the complete shot. Ref! Hello? Referee! What was that? She got back into the ring to count the pin? Well, that was lucky for Hunter Quinn. May have been the only reason he was able to kick out there. He got like an extra 10 seconds. Oh, not again. Not again. The steel steps in hand. Amber Reed is bloodthirsty here at Homecoming. I mean, I struggle to say Hunter Quinn doesn't deserve this, but it's getting a bit hard to watch. Somehow, though, Hunter Quinn able to stand on his own 2 feet and dropping Reed face first onto the apron there. Oh, not this. Not the foot DDT. Now that's too far. Rapid kicks in the face. These two just been fighting in this one area the entire match so far. Now Hunter Quinn's got the steps. Reed not going to let him use them, though. Throws him over. Numerous knees right to that cut. Amber, this is a stairs match. Forget the street fight. Pulled up to his feet. Knee to the face. I don't think I've ever seen Hunter Quinn dominated like this before. And this is what he paid for. He pushed Amber Reed to this point. And now he's getting what he paid for. I think maybe Hunter Quinn was hoping to let Amber's emotions get the better of her, but it's the opposite. She's using that anger. Now Amber Reed busted open. Dropped again. Face first. Onto the apron. Snapdragon suplex. Bridge to pin. Quinn. Quinn nearly able to steal it there. Oh! Psycho Drilla! Psycho Drilla into the sand. 1, 2. And just like that, in an instant, Hunter Quinn nearly had this match won. Now look at him gouging the eyes of Amber Reed, digging his fingernails into that wound. Just throws him off to the side, but making sure to stay on top of him, making sure he doesn't get very far. Amber going for a weapon. Quinn doesn't allow it though. These fans want tables. I don't think Hunter Quinn gives a single fuck what these fans want. Another knee to the face. Amber picks him up, lines him up, back into the ring. She wants everyone to see this. She wants to see the world. She wants to show the world what happens when you mess with her family. Throws Hunter Quinn out of the ring. Quinn gonna quickly try hockey stick. We ain't in Canada. We're in Miami. They don't play hockey here. Amber's got the kendo stick. Knocks the hockey stick out of Hunter's hands. Good old-fashioned fists now in use. Drop to the German suplex. Hunter Quinn through bloodied eyes. Thrown. Ribs first to the barricade. Fights back with a punch to midsection. Stop to the foot. A jumping DDT. What a combo. And now Hunter Quinn perhaps looking for that release Tiger Bomb of his. Amber Reed knows him too well though. She goes low. Hunter Quinn knows her too well. Back and forth. Back and forth. Inverted Frankensteiner again. Dropping Hunter on his head. Under the ring, Amber Reed with a stop sign. Right over the head. No, Hunter Quinn able to block it. Over Amber's head. That sharp-edged stop sign. Just brutal. No give whatsoever. As now he goes for the kendo stick over Amber's chest. Again and again. Kicks it out of his hands, though, does Amber Reed. Responds with a kick of his own. Headbutt. And again. One more time. Now picks up the hockey stick. Right down onto Amber's midsection. Has the brutality finally reached an end? No. Amber Reed kicks out. Hunter Quinn cannot believe it. Slowly picks herself up, and a Hunter Quinn on her like peanut butter on jelly. But Amber Reed, the fight never leaving her body. The word quit, not her vocabulary. Looking for a spinning knee strike. Instead throwing Hunter Quinn's shoulder first into the barricade. Trying for some kicks in the face, but Quinn able to fight back to his feet. Back and forth, man. Again! Is that the fourth? I believe inverted Frankensteiner, and Amber finally says, enough is enough! Knee to the jaw. Incapacitating Hunter Quinn just long enough for Amber to grab that stop sign. Clacking! Hunter Quinn over the head. Gets to his feet. Thrown chest first into the apron. Now she's got the hockey stick right to the lower back. anything and everything Amber can get her hands on here. Hunter! Psycho Drilla! A second time! 1, 2! But it isn't enough. It isn't enough. Grabs the stop sign, not a moment of hesitation. Just throws it at her. Pushed back by Amber. Big head kick. Back into the ring we go. But not before Amber grabs the hockey stick. Hunter Quinn knocks it out of her hands though. Acting quickly. Hunter! Out of the ring! Onto the stop sign! Jesus Christ! Smacked the back of her head right off the stop sign. Good Lord! And still he isn't finished. This sick son of a bitch! This bastard! Kick to the top of the head, but Amber, nightfall! 1, 2! How? Amber Reed back into the ring. Grabs that hockey stick. Hunter Quinn on spaghetti legs. Launches himself at Amber Reed with that forearm. She's able to throw him back into the ring though. She wants to take his head off, man. She wants to treat Hunter Quinn's head like a hockey puck. What the hell is he doing? Hunter Quinn, oh my God! Inverted figure 4! Inverted figure 4 applied! Trying to snap the knees of Amber Reed. Reverses the momentum she does. Both back to their feet. Amber Reed acts quicker. Forearm smash. And again, Tanahashi close on the back of Hunter's head. Smacking off the hockey stick. That's got to be it. 1, 2. Unbelievable. Amber Reed, though, throws Hunter Quinn down into the sand. Again, she grabs the hockey stick. She's got to stop, man. Hunter Quinn now has it in hand. Delivered it to him on a silver platter. And now the Psycho Killer trying to splinter the wood. A trigger! 1, 2. It still doesn't keep him down. It still doesn't keep Hunter Quinn down. She's got the stop sign again. Drops it as she sees Hunter Quinn coming her way. Again, this devolves into a slugfest. Super kick to the back of the head, just falling into the pin. 1, 2. Neither of these superstars will die, man. Neither of them will quit. Tiger Driver! Hunter Quinn's not content, though. He's not finished. But neither is Amber Reed. DDT! Well, that stop sign, look, it's all dented, covered in blood at this point. Thwack! Kick to the midsection. All Hunter Quinn needs is one opening, and he knows that. Using the barricade there. Smashes Amber upside the head with that forearm. Amber's parents surely watching as Hunter Quinn hopes so. Tries for the Psycho Drilla, but Amber from behind. Hangman's neckbreaker off the backbreaker. And Amber. Knee to the jaw. Stuns Hunter Quinn. Tries for a knee drop. Quinn gets out of the way. Big clothesline. How is Amber getting back to her feet, man? How is she still conscious? Oh no, snake eyes onto the barricade. That could do it right there, guys. That could be it, and it is! Hunter Quinn survives the Miami street fight here at Homecoming. Maybe one of the most brutal bloody, hard-hitting matches that I've ever seen. That wasn't a match, though. That's the point. That was a fight. Look at the face of Hunter Quinn, man. Covered in blood, but victorious. The Psycho Killer proving just how far he's willing to go in and out of that ring. Well, so far, my fine feathered friends, here at Homecoming, it has been a clean sweep of new champions. We saw Astrid Stern capture the Women's Hardcore Championship. We saw John Lipnick become the new Intercontinental Champion. And we, of course, saw Morgan win the Rite of Passage Championship. Will the trend continue? As up next, the Unified World Tag Team Championship to be decided. It's already been a good night for Resurgence as Blake Virtue and Bloody Justice we saw defeating Bison, which means that Virtue now officially the #1 contender for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, now looking for his boys to follow up on it. Ever since the formation of Resurgence back at Absolution, they have been using their numbers advantage to isolate Bob Luger, to pick him apart. Over the last few weeks, with Xander Slade, of course, out of action, not clear to compete after the last man standing match at Absolution, but he makes his return here tonight. Click reunited, but is it too late? Has the damage been done to Luger? No way he's coming into this match at 100%. Resurgence made sure of that. But back together, reunited, and it feels so good here at Homecoming to defend the Unified World Tag Team Championship. Xander Slate putting the past to rest at Absolution when he beat Shay Hoxton in that last man standing match. Now he is back, reinvigorated, with new purpose alongside his brother Bob Luger. But tested they will be by Resurgence here tonight. And of course, this is a tornado tag team match. Which means all four superstars to be active at the same time. You win by pin or submission in the ring, baby. Will the trend continue with new champions here at Homecoming? Click retain against the odds here. You know, Resurgence minding a great many in the CM universe, reminding me of when Click first got together. Bob Luger, Xander Slate, Randy Borton, they were of the same mindset. We're legends. We've done it all in this company. We deserve respect. We shouldn't have to earn these opportunities. They should be given to us. And that's exactly how Blake Virtue and the rest of Resurgence feel. That they've been cast aside, continuously glossed over in favor of this new breed. These new superstars here in CMV, and they're not going to take it anymore. The only thing they're going to take is what they want, and they want those unified World Tag Team titles here. So here we go. Andrew Briggs, Cameron Cray, Xander Slate, Bob Luger. Again, Bob Luger far from at 100% coming into this matchup. I would wager a guess that Xander Slate not at 100% either. He may have been cleared to compete here tonight, but I highly doubt that he's 100% ready to go here, that he ain't still feeling the effects of that last man standing match at Absolution. Beautiful disaster kick. Gonna lay out Cameron Cray. Luger trying to end this match real quick with that pin on Andrew Briggs, but not to be for the champions here. Cameron Cray back to his feet with a punch to the midsection. Gonna go after the arm of Xander Slate. Just disrespectful as he pushes Slate's face into the canvas. The ringside area having to be cleaned up after that Miami street fight we just witnessed. Blood wiped up, staining the sand at ringside. Guys, still to come up next, we've got the Global Championship on the line as George King challenges longtime foe Chris Diamond. And of course, in our co-main event, inside Hell in a Cell, Josh Wolf and the Bloody Brit meet again. Before we get to our main event, the Women's World Championship on the line, Ashley Rain challenges Ellie Quinn. 5-knuckle shuffle by Bob Luger. And it worked so well the first time. Why not again? Andrew Briggs throws around Xander Slate. Long history between these two. Of course, two superstars who have been in CMV since damn near the beginning. Xander Slate literally from the beginning. Andrew Briggs joining CMV only about a couple of years or so into the start of CMV. They have crossed paths many times. Xander Slate making sure the hair is okay before nailing Cray with that Hangman's neckbreaker, broken up before even a 1 count by Andrew Briggs. Bob Luger tells the crowd to hush. They can hear the sound of Cray's neck smacking off the canvas. Although this is a tornado tag team match, countouts and disqualifications are in effect as you can hear the referee beginning to count. Kimura locked in. Bob Luger in serious trouble, but able to escape as the work ethic tight. So dangerous as Cameron Cray at any given moment can slap on one of his many submissions. Pop-up headbutt right there. Gonna take Luger to ringside. But that champion's advantage means that Resurgence must win by pin or submission in the ring to leave Miami with the gold. Another Kimura. Bob Luger is able to escape. And Briggs, meanwhile, back in the ring with a vertical suplex to Slate. Goes to the corner. This is vintage Andrew Briggs. Finger on the trigger. To Boom, looking for that knee to the side of the head. But Slate able to get out of the way. Luger landing. Shades of his good brother. Cameron Cray back into the ring at the count of 6. Have to be careful. Surgeons would walk out of here with nothing if this match ends by count out. Tries for a big boot to Slate, but Briggs able to sidestep him. Cray going up to Brett's rope, meanwhile, just to see what the view is like from up there. Oh, God! Cameron Cray, his brutality never to be underestimated, man. Snapping the fingers of Bob Luger, elevator. Only gets a 1 count for Xander Slate. He's going to follow Briggs to the outside. Leaving Cray in the ring, Irish whip. Drop down, tries to go low. Luger able to outrun him, though. Bob Luger now going to go to work on the arm of Cameron Cray. Trying to soften him up perhaps with a cross arm bar. We saw what happened a couple weeks ago during Lethal Lockdown. Cameron Cray knocking out Bob Luger. Oh! Andrew Briggs, quick pin attempt. A 1 count only. Luger staying on the arm of Cameron Cray. Now catches him with the Coney Island Cyclone. Meanwhile, Xander Slate with a Liger bomb. Luger landing. Busts him open into the pin. Will Briggs be fast enough to make the save? Yes, he will. With about a millisecond to spare there. Xander Slate needing to roll to the ringside area, catch his breath. That leaves Bob Luger isolated in the ring, though. He's going to wisely roll to the outside. Andrew Briggs from the top to the outside with a cross body as Craig is thrown gut first into the steel steps. Flip able to catch Cameron Cray by himself here at ringside, and Andrew Briggs does not seem in that much of a rush to go and help his tag team partner. Up to a count of 5 already as well here. They have until 20. Plenty of time to get back into the ring. What is Andrew Briggs doing, though? He's finally seen enough. Teardrop suplex lays out Slate. As Bob Luger does what he does best. Continuing to pick at the arm of Cray. This guy's got to get back into the ring. This matchup ends in a count out or disqualification. Either way, Click walk out of here still the Unified World Tag Team Champions. Look at that. Slate going to reset the count, though. But Click don't want to win that way. They want to beat Resurgence the right way here at Homecoming. Send them a message. Now Bob Luger starting to go after Andrew's arm. No arm is safe when Bob Luger is around. Slate getting thrown back into the ring, quickly rejoining Cameron Cray at ringside, though, gets caught with a clothesline. Once more, Xander Slate tossed into the squared circle. This time Cray follows it in. Bob Luger bringing Andrew Briggs back into the ring as well. Powerbomb. Final flash combo. Slate walk slam. Laying out East End Evil. Hook to the jaw. Caught by Cameron Cray, though. Got that shoulder locked down. Trying to rub salt into the wound, or rub sand into the wound, I suppose, here at Homecoming. Cameron Cray, we know what he's setting up for. Looking to drag Slate to the bottom of the Thames. Bottom of the Thames. Bottom of the Thames is locked in. But Slate able to escape. I well and truly will not have a voice left by the end of the show, but Slate looking to fire back big time. Setting up Trey for the kick and kick with Trey. Back to his feet. Puts him down again. Continues though to defy Slate the opportunity. Walks right into the bicycle kick. Resurgence in control right now. Xander Slate unconscious. Shining Wizard. Slate back to his feet but put right back down with that forearm smash. Are we going to have new champions? No, a rope break and a lucky rope break. This referee on her shit, man. Other referees here in CMV, we won't name them. But they ain't so good at seeing those rope breaks. Bob Luger again caught by himself as Slate tries to recover at ringside. To Brett's rope goes Briggs. Waiting for Bob Luger to get to his feet. A little bit too far though. Bob Luger sent into the ropes on the rebound. Beautiful power slam, catching Luger off guard. Quickly grabs the leg, going for a pin. Can it be? It is! It is! We have new unified World Tag Team Champions. The night is ruled by Resurgence. There's what did it right there. A beautiful picture perfect snap power slam, and Slate just too slow to make the save in time. Andrew Briggs and Cameron Craig for Resurgence, winning it big here at Homecoming. Lads, gents, my fine feathered friends, it is time for our tertiary main event here at Homecoming. I think it's lived up to the hype so far. What a show it has been, and the trend of new champions continues with that last match. see Resurgence capture the unified World Tag Team Championship. We saw Morgan become the new Rite of Passage champion, John Lippert, new Intercontinental champion, and of course Ashford Sterling, new Women's Hardcore champion. Will the trend continue? Here at Homecoming, is up next. Global Championship is what's at stake. Long-time rivals George King and Chris Diamond clash once again for the Global Championship with the Sentence 11 on the horizon, guys. Just a little over a month away, with only one more roadblock standing between now and then. Purgatory in a couple of weeks. This match, more than likely, and they know it, will be walking into a Sentence 11 as Global Champion. That means a lot for Chris Diamond, because of course the Sentence 11 live from London, in the O2 Arena. Chris Diamond almost getting emotional when he said how much it means to him to defend the Global Championship in front of his friends, his family, in his home country, in the O2 Arena. But there's a very serious threat here tonight, a very big roadblock standing between me and that opportunity, that dream that he wants to fulfill in George King. A long history between these two teams, countless times they have fought over the years. Just at Ascendance 10, they clash inside of Hell in a Cell. Diamond victorious on that night, even put George King on the shelf for a few months. But never have they fought for a prize as grand as the Global Championship, which of course Chris Diamond won back at Deadly Games, won the Deadly Games tournament, and then on the same night beat Jay Young to capture that Global Championship. Now Chris Diamond got a step away from making his dreams a reality. Fatal 4 match a few weeks ago, become #1 contender. Chris Diamond wasting no time in sending George King a message. A couple weeks ago, we saw him smack George King right in the face with that Global Championship. Diamond saying, "King, you know me, I know you. We fought so many times, I can't even remember how many times we fought. But I am the Global Champion. It's going to stay that way." Chris Diamond also has to know this isn't the same George King he fought in the Sentence 10. This is I don't even have the right word, I think, to describe George King and what we saw him do to Troy Colt back at Absolution. Just with murderous intent, man. Tearing Troy Colt apart. Well, as we now know, putting Troy Colt on the shelf for the foreseeable future. Doctors even saying he's more than likely going to miss Ascendance because of that attack. Imagine that. Troy Colt going to miss out on perhaps the biggest Ascendance of all time, thanks to George King, who's unwilling to let anything stand between he and becoming world champion once again. The tertiary main event. Chris Diamond more than ready for this fight. Not sure about the look. Chris Diamond pulls it off. I don't know if I could. I've worn that exact outfit a couple of times. But it ain't about fashion once that bell rings. It's about that championship in the referee's hands right now. The championship George King has held before. In fact, the last time he was global champion, he lost it without even being conscious. You remember Chris Proudfoot cashed in Money in the Bank while he was in a coma, laid up in a hospital bed. So this is a long time coming if you ask George King. Matchup underway now. Big counter by Chris Diamond with the reverse DDT. Pardon me if I'm maybe commentating a bit lower than usual, but I've got to save what little voice I have left. We still have Wolf Britt inside Hell in a Cell and our main event, Reign Quinn, for the Women's World Championship to come. Doing my best to make sure I can even still speak. These two testing each other early on. They fought so many times. Countless different matches. Left each other bloody, bruised. Like I said before, never have they fought for something as important as the Global Championship. This time to get thrown overhead. Yeah, come on. Where's Topher? Come massage my throat. Come on, man. What's a guy got to do to get his throat massaged? George King with a scoop slam onto the apron there. Thoroughly going to crack the back of Chris Diamond, but at least you got to be careful. Remember, Chris Diamond's got the champion's advantage. He can retain the count or disqualification here. For George King, it's got to be pin or submission in the ring. That's the only way he leaves here tonight with the Global Championship. Finish line for Chris Diamond is a sentence 11. The opportunity in front of his mom, his dad, his entire family, his friends, and his home country in the O2 Arena to defend the Global Championship. Doesn't get bigger than that. Chris Diamond even saying that would be my crowning achievement. Wrong time, though, to pander to these fans here in attendance. Chris Diamond can't help himself. He's always got to chat shit, as the Brits say. Still trying to brush up on my British vocabulary ahead of the sentence 11, you know? Chat shit, you what, mate. You know, just like when we were in Paris last year. Paris, France. Gets off the shoulders of King there. Does Diamond escaping that powerbomb attempt. Load over DDT, followed up by a basement dropkick by the Global Champion. Boy, bruv. I wonder how many superstars are going to have themselves like cheeky Nandos before and after Ascendance 11. Oh, I think Chris Diamond's a right legend. We do our best top impression. Look how cheeky he is right now. Oh, giving George King the old snake eyes, he is. And into the pin, Chris Diamond. Only a 1 count, though, to retain his Global Championship. Sharp elbow to the top of the head, followed up by a kick. George King just trying to stay out of Diamond's way here. Very slow start here between these two, I'd say. Nobody's been definitively in control. A little bit of back and forth. And again, these two know each other so well, they know that they can't afford to rush into this matchup with so much on the line as well. This time, you just got to be careful that what happened to Troy Colt back at Absolution doesn't happen to him here tonight. Hopefully it's not that same corrupt referee in the ring. That referee who for some reason started that match back at Absolution after George King so viciously assaulted Troy Colt. I don't believe this is the same ref. Big kick to the side of the head. Now a headbutt. George King's got a big head, literally and figuratively. Always been a man full of himself. Always been a man who believes he deserves the absolute best here in CMV. Nothing else will suffice for George King. Say what you will, but he's the most decorated competitor in CMV history. 2-time NGW champion, former unmatched world champion, former undisputed world heavyweight champion, former global champion. That's not even counting all the mid-card championships he's held over the years. Oh, former European champion, international champion. George King has done about nearly all there is to do here in CMV. Dropping Diamond face first again onto the apron. You get Echo to come help me out on that commentary here. You get that pre-show panel for Ascendance 11. Get flashy back behind the commentary desk, you know? Stalling, vertical suplex down into the sand. I don't think sand makes it a soft landing. Now, if you've ever wrestled at the beach, which of course I feel like most of us have, you know, growing up wrestling fans, wrestling with your cousins on the beach, maybe even later in life, with your friends in high school, naked at night. We've all been there. Hangman's neckbreaker down out of the knee of Diamond. Now they're fighting in the Timekeeper's area. Imagine all the sand fleas as well, biting these superstars as they get slammed down into the sand. I can barely see what's going on because of this giant pillar that's in the way. Cameraman not doing a very good job. Into the midsection by King. Now the throw Diamond gut bursting announce table. Watch out for my W, man. Which, by the way, I purchased at w.gg. And when I checked out, I used promo code CMV23, 10% off. Just in case you didn't know. This time, looking a bit hesitant to get back into the ring here. Knowing George King more than likely not going to give him a clean ring entry, but George King making the same mistake Diamond did earlier. Talking a little bit of shit. Almost cost him. Off the ropes goes Diamond. Beautiful forearm smash. Again, this has been a very slow-paced matchup. Maybe not what we're used to seeing from both of these superstars. George King very straightforward in his offense. Nothing ever pretty about it. Uses his power, as we see right there. Uses his ruthlessness, as we saw back at Absolution, whereas Chris Diamond, very flashy, loves to just charge his opponent, stay on him, not give him a chance to catch their breath. But again, there's so much on the line here. Both these guys are being perhaps more careful than usual. Chris Diamond gets slammed into the corner, all the way to the other side. On spaghetti legs as George King tries to take a step back, but Chris Diamond not allowing him to escape. Butterfly suplex by the champion. Global Championship is what it's all about here. More than likely, both these men knowing that the winner will walk into Ascendance 11 to defend that Global Championship. Tries for a drop kick as Chris Diamond. George King smacks him out of the way, though. Not so fast, lad. The British Baller, the British Bowler, whatever you want to call him, though. Willing to put it all on the line here. Willing to do or die. He tries to take him for a walk, but unfortunately kept at bay with some elbows to the midsection. Methodically wearing Diamond down with those knees to the lower back. Off the ropes, tries for a patented big boot. Diamond's got the skin out of it many times throughout the years. Snake Eyes once more. They might seem intent on blinding Chris Diamond here tonight. Yeah, no. The British Bastard is coming up next. Inside Hell in a Cell. Come on. Getting your Brits mixed up. This is the British Baller. That's the Bloody Brit. George King trying to stay on Chris Diamond, but the craftiness of the Global Champion. George King with that draw, coming back out of an STO. There's that single boot to the chest he was looking for a bit earlier. I understand. Too many boots in CMV, I would say. Tries for a stomp in the corner, but King able to pick himself up. Basement drop kick of his own. Knocking the champion back, has him reeling a little bit. This could be the opportunity for George King to walk right through the door. George King. Seeing how far he's willing to go. There is no line he will not cross. No distance he will not go to get what he wants. But Chris Diamond, 1916, attempted George King able to counter it though. Yeah, that's how well these two know each other. They know what's coming. They know each other's signature maneuvers. Electric chair gonna drop Chris Diamond. Not going to let him get back to his feet. Inverted vertical suplex. George King just trying to keep Diamond flat on his back. Not allow him to get to his feet. Easier said than done, though. The British Baller. Going right back after him. Diamond. Hang on a second. Diamond with the break your neck foundation. Into the pin to retain. Global Championship here at Homecoming, and can you say 2.999999? can you say? As close gets. So nearly Diamond able to put George King down. He's going to try again. Only a 2 count for the British baller, but he's got King hurt, and Diamond knows that. He's just got to keep the pressure on. Just got to stay focused. Don't lose sight of the task at hand, Diamond. Making it to a 7-11. Defending the Global Championship in the O2 Arena. Dreams. He only cares about being world champion, only cares about the money, only cares about asserting his dominance over everybody else here in CMV. Forward over DDT, cracking the skull of King, able to quickly escape to the outside, forcing Diamond to chase after him. Oh God, Buster GTS. Knee to the mush of George King. And now on this Shinoku driver, I thought he was going for it again. Unfortunately, this does not fall his count anywhere. Diamond knows it back into the ring, even though he could retain via count. He doesn't want to do it like that. Diamond is a lot of things, but he ain't no pussy. At least most of the time. Sometimes he can be a pussy. Alright, most of the time he can be a pussy. A majority of the time, Chris Diamond can be a pussy. Not tonight. Oh no, he gets caught! George King looking for the royal flush, but Diamond able to escape. Elbows to the side of the head, freeing him from short defeat there at the hands of George King. Back into the fight, Irish whip. There's that big boot that can damn near put a hole through your chest. Tries for it again, but Diamond able to catch him. Drops down, drop kick, gonna clip George King. Get back to his feet. Diamond unloading on your boy here. Simple but effective vertical suplex, kicking it old school here at Miami. Championship on the line with everything on the line. George King gonna again try and slow it down. Pump on the brakes as he sits in the driver's seat that's stretching the back of Chris Diamond over his knee, and now full steam ahead. Cannonball senton by King, using his full weight to crush Diamond in the corner. Back at ringside, Diamond with a power bomb. Straight forward, down into the sand. Knocking some sand up into the air, man. Got with the drinks there in the front row. I have some sandy Coca-Cola, bro. Some sandy W. Back into the ring, though. Chris Diamond has King off the ropes, dropped down by the champion, reels him in. Butterfly, oh, Tiger Bomb! Goes for the pin as quickly as he can. No time to beat around the bush. Diamond knows that. Still only a 2 count. And at this point, with Chris Diamond, you gotta be thinking, what do I gotta do, man? You've already hit the break the neck foundation. It wasn't enough. What is it gonna take to keep George King down here? To leave Miami still the global champion? Can it be done at all? Look at George King now. Like a rush to Diamond's head before dropping him flush. Kick to the top of the head, Diamond straight back up. Springboard tornado DDT. Diamond is certainly keeping the pressure on the head and neck of George King in this match. Hit him with a lot of DDTs, a lot of kicks. Last call, fall away slam by King, who wastes no time. Vintage with that hip toss takedown and doesn't even think about going for the pin. Immediately sets Diamond up. Looking for the royal flush, but again, the royal flush. I guess George King does have royal flesh, which Chris Diamond is going to take a pound of here in this matchup, but counters the royal flush. And the pendulum backbreaker. He lands on his feet, only to get a knee to the midsection. Rebound tries to go low as George King. Miscommunication, though, allows Chris Diamond to hit another break your neck foundation submission into the pin as quickly as he can. 1, 2. Wait, 9. But a millisecond to spare, and unbelievably, George King kicks out. Chris Diamond right back on the attack ferociously. Watching King struggle to pick himself up in the corner. Diamond from the other side of the ring and lining up his shot. Hyped as hell. Knife edge chop though gets blocked. George King is powerful as they come. Looking for that Alabama slammer, but once more Diamond able to counter out of it. Counters the counter as George King. Coming a little bit of a reversal fest here at Homecoming. Look at this late into this matchup. And George King, like it ain't no thing with the military press-ups. Once more this fight taking a ringside. Break your neck foundation. Has been hit twice. George King has kicked out. What does Chris Diamond have to do? Is he capable of putting George King down here tonight? Is he capable of leaving Homecoming still the global champion? He beat George King in their last outing. Back in the sentence 10 inside Hell in a Cell. But like I said before, that was a different George King. This George King is ruthless, merciless, letting nothing stand in his way. Doesn't care if he has to end careers in order to get what he wants. George King now getting thrown gut first in the corner of the table here. Come on, guys. I already have to sit out here in this heat. It's a muggy. I'm sweating. Sand fleas everywhere. Sand in my W. I don't need my table getting broken apart now. Lucky to get back into the ring. DDT by Diamond again. Keeping the pressure on the head and neck of George King. This far hasn't been enough for George. Oh, no, this time counters the military press-ups. A quick pin attempt. Could Diamond perhaps steal it here? So close. So close. Maybe that's what Diamond's going to have to do. Going to try to find a way to catch King off guard, hit him with something he's not expecting. That might be the only thing Diamond can do in this matchup. Nothing else is working so far. Takes George King by the hair, drags him over to the ropes. Throwing him out on the apron. What is Diamond doing? What is Diamond doing? Pile driver! Off the apron! Down into the sand! Holy shit! Chris Diamond saying, hold my W for a minute, bro. Watch me try and kill this man. And of course, George King, indestructible, just already back to his feet. Diamond, though, not having any of it. George King might literally be unkillable, man. Diamond, the only thing he hasn't tried at this point is the kitchen sink. Who's got the kitchen sink? Someone help this man. Good Lord. Quick enough is Diamond there to stop George King using all his power. Trying to take this goddamn head off. Back into the ring once again, George King. Caught with a clothesline though as he comes through the ropes. A second time, ducks King's clothesline, super kick by the global champion to the top rope. Perfect positioning, I would say, but for what? We're about to find out. Knee drop attempt, King able to get out of the way. Back of Diamond's head as now he gets walked into the corner. Snake eyes busting Diamond open into the pin. George King has found the opening he needs, but still is unable to keep Diamond down. Right now trickling down the face of the champion. And George, he is of a great white shark in the deep blue sea, man. He smells the blood now. re-energizing him. He's caught that second wind. But Diamond still in the fight, still standing on his own 2 feet. They're slipping into the deep end, keeping his head above the water, but for how long can he stay afloat? Jawbreaker by King. Tries to just huck himself in time, but that doesn't very much pay off for him. Desperate pin here by the champion. Maybe, just maybe, that desperation will pay off, but unfortunately, no go for the British Baller. And in our tertiary main event, the Global Championship is what it's about, and now George King with that gut-wrench powerbomb. That's how he beat Diamond's protege, Leon Valente, earlier this week on Octane, but he's not done. Going for the Royal Flush a 3rd time, and this time he hits it. The 3rd attempt is golden for George King. 1, 2. I'd say King's reaction accurate there. Pleading with the referee, unable to fathom how Chris Diamond kicked out there. And standing elbow across the midsection. Diamond knows he's got to get right back into the fight. No time to sit around. Another donation! Break the neck donation. Countered this time though by George. And a boot to the chest. Set him up. Nothing good, pulls him back. Another big boot, but Diamond refuses to stay down. The will of this man. Look, I don't like Chris Diamond personally. I think he's a bit bratty. I think he's a bit of a diva. I think he talks shit a little bit too much. But in that ring, Chris Diamond, oh, now he's not in the ring. But when he's in that ring, Diamond is among the best of the best. And don't you think otherwise? He's proving it for sure here tonight in this match. Yep, again, this fight spills to the outside. Rocket to the knee, Diamond. And literally, what do you do up here? This Blue Thunder Bomb down into the sand. You are Chris Diamond. You have tried everything in your arsenal to break the neck foundation twice, your best move, and it hasn't worked. What do you do? How do you find a way to try and put George King down here? And some more in the timekeeper's area, and this great big metal pillar getting in the way of the camera. DDT, chairs getting knocked off to the side. They got to be careful. Up to the referee. This might lead to a disqualification. It's hard to see what's going on, man. I'm just trying to protect my W. This stuff's expensive, you know, but I did save 10% with promo code CMV23 at checkout, so that saved me a bit of cash. Barricade, George King dropping Diamond gut first on the top of it, big boot right to the side of the head. Now there's just a chair in front of the announce table. It end up very dangerous. These two are not careful. Back into the ring though, and King from behind going to toss Diamond into the corner. Clothesline him, knock the head off of any normal Joe Schmo out of the crowd here. The fact it was George King hits you unfathomable until you've actually felt it. Gonna go for another cannonball senton perhaps, but this time Diamond able to get his boot. Clothesline. Keeps George King in control as now just some merciless stomps to the chest again and again and again. One after the other with no signs of stopping, but Chris Diamond able to stop him with that knee to the jaw. And another hamstring elbow across the midsection. Doesn't even give Chris Diamond a chance to catch his breath, to think about his next move, to even contemplate what he has to do here to win this match, to leave homecoming still the global champion, to walk into a sentence 11 in front of his friends and his family, his home country, to defend that global championship. Oh! big side slam. That might do it right there, guys. We're going to have a new champion. Time to spell Diamond. Stays in the fight. Clobbering blow across the chest. Elbow to the midsection. Diamond acting as quickly as he can, swinging knee to the jaw. But again, George Lucas will not stay in one place for more than a second. Just refusing to give Diamond any sort of opportunity. Oh, come on now, Diamond. This is stupid. Just serve yourself up on a silver platter. The trio well positioned, leaving Diamond exposed. Oh my lord, what is King doing here? What is King doing here? From the top, double boot stomp! Just about putting a goddamn hole through Diamond's chest. That's gotta be it. No! Somehow, Chris Diamond finds a way to stay in the fight. He's only human, man. He can't keep this up all night. Something's gotta give for Chris Diamond. Vertical suplex. Moving a lot slower at this point as Diamond. But moving. To the apron he goes, hoping to just buy himself a few seconds. But George King staying on top of him like white on rice. Not letting that boy get very far. Springboard knee! A last-ditch effort perhaps by Diamond. Everything he has left. Throwing at King here. Psychs him out. DDT. 1, 2. Following King to the outside and not allowing him to run away. Sharp elbow to the throat. King gonna think about getting back into the ring, but then remembers, oh yeah, I need to pin this guy in order to win the championship. And Diamond fights back. These knees to the jaw, they just keep adding up. George King's jaw at this point hanging on by a thread. Great counter though out of the back suplex attempt, turned into a bulldog, giving Diamond a face full of sand. Power slam. King's got to get him back into the ring. It's only by pin or submission that George King leaves Miami with the Global Championship. Trying to do all the damage he can here at ringside, though. Will it be enough? George King from behind, caught with a quick elbow. Diamond looking for maybe a powerbomb setup, but able to escape this George King. I don't even know how many boots to the chest that is at this point. And to the side of the head. George King starts to slow things down like this, and he gets as dangerous as he can be. He starts to hone in. Look, he's confident. He knows he's got Diamond hurt. He knows he has this match won. George King slowly making his way back into the ring. Looking to seal the deal. Looking for another royal flush, but Diamond fights back. Diamond fights back. Michinoku driver. How does he have anything left to give? But he does! Looking for another break your neck foundation! Unbelievable George King! Not having it! Runs the champion down! Diamond caught a second time with that gut wrench powerbomb, and King has won many matches with that maneuver right there. Unable to win the Global Championship here tonight, and look, now he's mad. The frustration is gone. Now George King is just mad. And the Royal Flush connects a second time. 1, 2. With King looking around, he's like, what? What? What did you just say? It's not possible. He's unwilling to even believe it. I might not like Chris Diamond as an individual, but he's earned my respect here tonight for this performance. This just goes to show the heart that he has and how badly he wants to make it to Ascendance 11 as the global champion, fulfill his dream. Destroying that dream here tonight, but Chris Diamond will not allow it. He's just going crazy now. Oh, King gets busted open off that forearm to the side of the head. Up to the top. What is Chris Diamond thinking about here? Yeah, George King wants absolutely none of it. There's no thank you. Counters. Potential last call attempt into a DDT. Just falls in the pin. Going to be enough. It's not going to be enough to see Chris Diamond leave homecoming still the global champion. DDT Diamond. The amount of blows to the head of George King here. I don't know how he leaves this match without a concussion. I know I said King is literally and figuratively hard-headed, but Diamond to the top. Hang on. Might be trying for that diving knee drop again. No. Kick, pouring caution to win this late in the matchup. A big risk taken by Diamond there. Lucky for him, it pays off. He's going to slowly approach King in the corner. Break your neck foundation. Break your neck foundation. Countered. Countered. King counters. Alabama slam into the corner. Jesus fucking Christ. That was brutal and King's not done. Royal flush, a third time, into the pin, that's it. 1, 2, wait, what the hell? Who's that? That's Troy Cole. Troy Cole. Troy Cole's supposed to be out of action until after Ascendance, but he's here. He's here at homecoming. George King can't believe it. He's seeing a ghost. And Diamond with the low blow, taking advantage of the distraction. The British baller, whether he knows it or not. Break your neck foundation and bring it home. 1, 2, 3, and Chris Diamond is still the CMV Global Champion. Diamond was at death's door. George King had this match won. We were guaranteed to be champion. But Troy Cole, who we haven't seen since Attribution, who we're not supposed to see until after Ascendance 11, pulling the referee out of the ring, costing George King this match. Now look at this Cole. Looking at Diamond. Diamond looking at Cole. What a stare down between the two. What a match. You know what, Brad? You should feel bad. You should feel very bad. I expect you to massage my throat when the show is over. But the show is not over yet, my friends, as it is time for our co-main event. It's been an amazing show thus far, but now it is time to enter hell. Josh Wolf, the Bloody Brit, once again collide inside of the Devil's Domain. And this match, chosen by Josh Wolf. Of course, we saw earlier this week on Octane, it was James Wolf versus the Bloody Brit, where if Bloody Brit won, he could pick the stipulation for this match. But if James Wolf won, then his brother Josh will be able to pick the stipulation. Of course, shockingly, James Wolf won. Huge upset. So Wolf with the right to pick the stipulation. And the surprise of many, chose Hell in a Cell, which means that the rest of Kill Your Heroes, no possibility of them getting involved here. But Wolf said he chose Hell in a Cell because he doesn't want Britt to think he can't beat him by himself. Wolf saying, I've beaten you, Britt, before. One-on-one. No outside interference. When he's heard Britt running his mouth, the numbers game has gotten the better of Britt over the past couple of months, again and again. But Wolf saying, you'll have no excuse here at Homecoming when I beat you man-to-man inside Hell in a Cell. Arising from the sand like a great serpent, Chris Andrews here in Miami at a Homecoming for the first time in many, many years. Homecoming, an event he knows very well, though. This is the event where he won his first undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, beating Reese Matthews. Homecoming has a lot of good memories for the Bloody Brit, but I don't think tonight is going to be one of them. Win, lose, or anything in between. This is Hell in a Cell. There's no leaving a match up like this with a smile on your face. No Kill Your Heroes, none of the Brits allies, just Wolf and Andrews, man-to-man, one-on-one. Will Wolf make good on his promise to beat the Brit straight up here tonight? Immediately gets thrown to the outside, not 10 seconds into this match. Wolf straight back in, though. Brit waiting for him, of course, guys, still to come up next in our main event. It is the Women's World Championship on the line as Ashley Rain looks to make further history by becoming the very first ever 4-time Women's World Champion, challenging Ellie Quinn. Chops away the hand, does Wolf kick to the midsection. Last time these two fought one-on-one was last month, and indeed the outside interference is costing Britt that match. Wolf was at first convinced of the fact that Britt being brought back to CMV was some grand conspiracy put together by our general manager Madison Wright to try and destroy Kill Your Heroes, to silence them, to stop Wolf from putting together this group, from taking over CMV. I think at this point Wolf has realized Britt is just back to beat some ass, and specifically Wolf's ass. Pick it up where he left off 4 years ago. Despite all that has happened the last couple months, Britt's still standing. Despite the fact that Kill Your Heroes has continuously gotten the better of Chris Andrews and his allies, Britt still standing. Well, here's a little homage to Harvey Hastings. The Anaconda of Ice locked in, but gets out of it. Does the Bloody Brit. Of course, let's remember that Bloody Brit was away from a wrestling ring for over 4 years. 4 years, Bloody Britt did not lace up a pair of boots and step into a wrestling ring. And immediately he's thrown into this war with Kill Your Heroes. Didn't even really have a chance to shake off any ring rust. Didn't have an opportunity. But that's just the way Britt likes it, I think. He didn't want to spend months. Oh, God, throws Wolf to the outside. But Britt didn't want to spend months preparing, training to get back into the ring. Nope. He did it cold turkey, baby. He jumped right out of the pan and into the fire. That's Bloody Britt for you. That's always been Bloody Britt. He acts first. Leaves the thinking for other people. Wolf knocked into the cell wall twice. That'll grate your flesh like cheese. Back into the ring, though. Wolf forces Britt to follow him. Big jumping knee to the jaw. And off that, Wolf, with a vertical suplex turned into a hangman's neckbreaker. Interesting offense. Britt needing only half a second to catch his breath. Straight back into the ring. I'm going to send Wolf overhead with a belly-to-belly suplex. The rest of Kill Your Heroes, Harvey Hastings, Peligro, James Wolf, forced to watch. No getting involved on behalf of Wolf here tonight. He's on his own. Wolf wanted this, though. Britt grabbing a baseball bat. Before he gets a chance to use it, though, Wolf catching as he's getting back into the ring. Comes back with some elbows to the midsection as the Britt. Oh, down out of the knee. And to the back of the head. From the full mount position, hammer fists. Chris Andrews looking for some blood. Got that baseball bat now. Looking to swing for the fences. I know them Brits don't play baseball. If only it were a... What's that sport they play? Wiffle bat? Is that what they play? Or cricket? We need a cricket bat. Big old kick from Wolf, though, only gets a 1 count. Now going after the arm. Wolf Fujiwara doing his best to try and wear Britt down. Take away the arm. Take away Britt's opportunity to hit revenge. Which I don't know if I'm going to be able to call here tonight. That might destroy what little voice I have left. Wolf again. Gonna go for the Anaconda Vice. Locking it in. Harvey Hastings watching with a smile on his face. But Britt escapes once more with some knees to the back of the head. Is a wiffle bat the plastic one, I believe, right? I was thinking of a cricket bat. That's what they play over there, those weirdos. Oh, Wolf with a DDT! Into the pin! Might have Britt beat right here! Close but no cigar for Josh Wolf, who doesn't take his finger off the trigger, though. With Britt hurting Wolf and throwing down to the outside. Baseball bat in hand. To the top. Wolf letting out a woo! Marking his territory. He is on the hunt tonight. And his prey is the Bloody Britt. Oh, in and out game. Confusing one another. Down out of the knee, followed up by a hangman's neckbreaker. Grabs him by the chin. Jesus Christ. Wolf smacking the shit out of Britt here. Another DDT into a kip up. Showing that he's far from done for in this matchup, and the Brit about to show him the same damn thing. Spinning power slam into the pin. 1, 2. Unable to dispatch of Wolf, and you can see the look on Britt's face. He was really hoping that was going to do the trick. Oh, but instead, Wolf, acting quickly, catches Britt with the vertebreaker. Britt did not see that coming. But Wolf didn't see that coming. Britt kicks out. Goes right for the bat. Immediately twirling it in his hand. Wolf having some fun here. Britt escapes out onto the apron. Trying to stay the hell away from that bat. Back into the ring. Wolf's on him. Into the corner. Grabs that bat. Wolf slowly making his way over to Britt. Looks to crack his skull open. Good Lord. But Britt, he's been hit in the head many, many times throughout his CMV career. That ain't gonna stop him. You know how many times Bloody Britt's skull has been cracked? Can't count that high. Come on, Britt, why you gotta flip me off? I wasn't saying it is a bad thing. How can you hear me from all the way over there? Well, Wolf breaking in a table now. Gets caught with a jawbreaker here between the ring and cell. Slowly brings him to his feet. Just tossing Britt back and forth. Wolf having a bit of fun with the Bloody Britt. That ain't what the Britt came here for. European uppercut. Wolf trying to get the hell away from him. European uppercut knocks him back into the cell wall. Neither man backing down. No give in either of them. European uppercut. Josh Wolf staggering. God, again, just head first right into the cell wall. This is just becoming akin to an alleyway brawl, but Wolf gonna take this fight back into the ring. Revenge! 1, 2! But it doesn't keep Wolf down. Jaw might be hanging on by a thread. Bloody Britt coming after the knees now. To the outside. Digging for treasure. Finds a kendo stick. As Wolf, look at this, telling Britt, bring it on then, you son of a bitch. Blue Thunder Bomb. Into the pin. Wolf's got it. 1, 2, but no tres. Grabs that kendo stick that Britt brought into the ring. Brings it down on his ass. Britt said, ooh, that's it. Takes him down for some hammer fists. Right between the eyes. And another spinning power slam. Catches him in a whirlwind. Got that kendo stick. Looking to swing away. Like there ain't no tomorrow. But there is a tomorrow for Josh Wolf. Vertebraker a second time. 1, 2. Bloody Britt, baby. Bloody fucking Britt. Oh, now a steel chair. As if there weren't enough weapons. Britt is hurting right now, though, guys. What is Wolf doing? Guess he's just taking this time to catch his breath, to pace himself. Into the corner, Britt is sent. Clothesline by Wolf, taking him off his feet. Being dropped to the extended arm as Wolf picks up that steel chair. Deadly intent, right to the shoulder of the Britt. Oh, now to the middle of the back. And to the back of the head. Jesus Christ. Britt knocking out of his hands. Revenge! 1, 2. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Final flash knee. Britt's now got the chair. Giving Wolf some comeuppance. A taste of his own medicine. Again goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and that delivers Britt the win. Bashing Wolf with the chair until he simply couldn't get back up. Bloody Britt victorious here at Homecoming. Wolf wanted this match, and he got all he bargained for, and then some. Well, Bloody Britt hardly able to stand, but stand he does for a big win here in Miami. Well, main event time it is indeed, my friends, here in Miami, Florida. The hottest party of the summer has not disappointed. What a show it has been, but it reaches its climax up next as the Women's World Championship is to be decided. And Ashley Rain out to make history once again here tonight. As if she wins, she will be the very first ever four-time Women's World Champion here in CMV. Well, the trend here at Homecoming was brought to an end by Chris Diamond, able to retain his global championship against George King, thanks to a little bit of help from Troy Colt. But we have produced a lot of new champions here at Homecoming. Will our main event produce another one? It was, of course, back at Deadly Games that Ashley Rain defended the Women's World Championship against Maggie Shaw when Tailcoat Val's goons interfered, attacking both Shaw and Rain. The match got thrown out by DQ, but by the end of it, Rain was laid out. Ellie Quinn saw that as her chance to finally cash in Magnificent 8, and so she did, leaving Deadly Games as the new Women's World Champion. Not happy about that, though, was Tailcoat Val, and well, we saw back at Absolution, Ellie Quinn and Ashley Rain putting their differences aside, along with Maggie Shaw and RBW, to wage war against the arsenal of justice, winning in war games. Until Colt Val making good on her words, stepping back, allowing Ashley Rain to pursue her rematch here for the Women's World Championship, Val vowing to stay out of it. And so without having to look over their shoulders, Ashley Rain and Ellie Quinn clash at their absolute best for that Women's World Championship and the right to walk into Ascendance 11 as champion. That is what it's all about. These two have a long, storied history. In fact, last year at this event, they fought each other in a tag team match. It was Ashley Rain and Kate Strongheart versus Keo and Ellie Quinn. And here they are a year later, one-on-one, and for the Women's World Championship. No tail Colt Val to worry about. It's straight up, one-on-one. Who is the better woman? We're going to find out, baby. Ashley Rain, Ellie Quinn, our main event. Let's get it on, baby. Of course, even though we don't have to worry about Tailcoat Val potentially getting involved in this matchup, we do got the mischievous Danielle Reed in the corner of her top client, Ellie Quinn. She's known to come to the aid of Ellie Quinn when she requires it. Make sure to keep our eyes on her. Ashley Rain, hopefully, prepared to do the same. Big forearm smash, taking Quinn off her feet. Tries for a senton, but Quinn able to get out of the way. STO by the champion. Even though these two were able to coexist during war games, knew they had to put their differences aside, knew they had to deal with the arsenal of justice. Never a friendship between these two. Never pals. Never buddy-buddy. They always knew it would come to this eventually. One-on-one for the Women's World Championship. Half Nelson versus STO. Quinn to the top. Swanton bomb. I thought she might have been already looking for the 450. Both women going off the ropes. Neither connecting. See how similar these two really are, though, inside of the ring. Forearm right to the back of the head. Sheesh. Maneuver that could knock you out so easily. Ashley Rain, still conscious it would appear. Look at Ellie Quinn preemptively going to the outside, knowing that Rain was going to try to catch her breath. Backstabber. Bloody Britt, as a matter of fact, won our co-main event. It is now our main event. Women's World Championship at stake. Both these women knowing as Ellie Quinn knees Rain in the face, knowing that more than likely whoever leaves homecoming as Women's World Champion will walk into the show of shows, Ascendance 11, to defend it. That's why an event like homecoming is so important. Really shapes the Ascendance 11 card. Begins to give it form. Well, guys, let's not forget here, as the referee is already up to a count of 10. Now, Ellie Quinn does have a champion's advantage. That means Ashley Rain has got to win by pin or submission in the ring to leave here as Women's World Champion. This ends by countout. Ellie Quinn retains. Wisely, Rain gets back into the ring at 13, and Ellie Quinn right after her. These two have been waiting for this matchup. Quinn's not about to tuck tail and run. Tilt-a-whirl DDT, which Quinn just takes on the chin. Like the absolute champ she is. Right back up, but then dropped. In the corner, Snake Eyes into the pin. we're going to have a new Women's World Champion. 4-time Women's World Champion Ashley Rain will become, if she wins this match, record-setting, history-making. Clothesline, and again, calf kick takes Quinn off her feet. There's a long journey back to that Women's World Championship for Ellie Quinn. She's not ready to give it up so quickly. She might not have a choice. Sets up the powerbomb. 1, 2, oh! As close gets. Now, oh, and here we go. Did I say it or not? Just as Ellie Quinn's in trouble, Danielle Reed at ringside, distracting Rain, allowing Quinn to get back to her feet and retake control. Tailcoat Val might be staying out of this match, but Rain still has to worry about Danielle Reed. As now Quinn from the corner. How was she looking for here? Oh, God! What a kick! 1, 2! Right upside Rain's head. Somehow doesn't keep Rain down, but Ellie Quinn knows what will. Trying to get Rain in position. Oh, but Rain in an instant. Sunny side down. 1, 2. By the skin of her teeth, Ellie Quinn stays alive in this match. Rain with a bit of a sloppy body splash there from the second rope. Ellie Quinn trying to put a lid on Rain here, but anyone who's stepped in the ring with Ashley Rain will tell you, easier said than done. As now Rain, suicide dive! Not afraid to put it all on the line if it means leaving here tonight as Women's World Champion once again. Ellie Quinn able to very narrowly avoid that basement dropkick knee right upside the head of Rain. This is our main event here at Homecoming. Women's World Championship is on the line. So many new champions crowned here in Miami. Will there be one more? Up to a count of 6. Again, we're getting into dangerous territory. Ashley Rain knows she's got to get this fight back into the ring. She must pin or submit Ellie Quinn here tonight. Back and forth, back and forth. Big old T-bone suplex by Rain. As Danielle Reed keeps her distance but watches intently. Headbutt. Oh, Danielle Reed, guys, has actually thrown a steel chair into the ring while we were all distracted. Guys, count of 13. We're at a count of 13 here. Rain's got to get this fight back into the ring. Ellie Quinn leading her back into the ring. Not wanting to win that way. Not here tonight. Wants to definitively put down her all-time rival in Ashley Rain. And Murphy has thankfully found that steel chair before Ellie Quinn perhaps has a chance to use it. Ellie Quinn doesn't want Ashley Rain coming back saying, oh, you beat me by count out. That's bullshit. I want another match. Ellie Quinn wants to definitively, without a shadow of a doubt, beat Rain here tonight. And that's what she's looking to do to the top rope. 450 splash into the pin. 1, 2. But it isn't enough. Ellie Quinn watching from the corner, eyes wide, pacing back and forth. Listen to these fans on their feet. They're behind Ashley Rain. Neckbreaker butterfly suplex combination put together beautifully. Ellie Quinn throwing absolutely everything at Rain here. Powerbomb into the final flash knee and an elbow in the chest for good measure. So now she goes to the other side of the ring. Ellie Quinn with a head full of steam. Point kick! And out like a light, but Quinn isn't finished. The elevator to hammer the final nail into the coffin. 1, 2, authority, Ellie Quinn is still the women's world champion. What a main event matchup. What a way to close out such an amazing show. As Ellie Quinn stands tall still, the women's world champion. And now a sentence 11 awaits her. Question is, who awaits Ellie Quinn?